Welcome back. We're back again with another live stream of the Hard Rock Show. I'm Andrew.
I'm Dave.
I'm Conrad.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Belle.
We got through it this time really smoothly. Well done, everyone. Now we're back this time because my week was all fucked up last week. So we'll get to that in a moment there, which is kind of fitting because Nicole's here saying, evening all, welcome to storm season, Andrew. Yes, that is kindly the case. So definitely. But Andrew's here saying good evening all, as is Rowan with the horns there, as always. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you get in the comments and say hi. We got a lot to get through tonight, as always. So we're going to do round 4 of our King of the Riff series, which is going to be around Nordic bands again. So we got Crashdiet's Rest In Sleaze going up against Conspiracy from King Diamond tonight. We're going to discuss a few things. We're going to change up a bit and bring back the hot topic this week and discuss Kiss performing at the AFL Grand Final because, my God, that post went fucking off when I put it up. We'll pick albums from 77 this time around and all the usual stuff like songs of the week and more. So make sure you give us your thoughts and everything. For reference tracks, check out what we're talking about. They're in the description box. So if you missed them in the live stream, we'll put them in the comments as we go through, obviously. But just in case you're looking for it later on, or you miss it, then it's in the description box. So go and find the links and check out the music for yourself. Make up your own mind as always. Find us there as well. Find us on your preferred platform and give us a follow. Stay up to date with everything we're doing. And a big thank you, of course, to our fantastic sponsors in Squid Ink Screenprinting, Alt-Cvlt Rockstar Finance. Their details are there too. So give them a like, and that would be greatly, greatly appreciated from our side of things here too. Got here Darren saying, hey, yo. Sally's here saying, hello, metal people. And Edge Crusher is here as well. Good to see everyone over on YouTube. If anyone's on other platforms, then say hi so I can know that you're here and the comments coming through. But yeah, we got heaps to get through. But quickly, let's do the rounds. And because we have a bit of a truncated schedule because we've got to make sure Conrad gets a certain bits and pieces in before he has to jet off out of here in about 45 minutes. So we're keeping an eye on the clock here. But let's quickly do the rounds. And it's been a week off. But how have you been, Dave?
Yeah, I've been good. It's good to finally be back to streaming. We had the Act of God last week, and then the week before we had some audio issues, and then I woke up for work feeling like crap the next morning. I'm not sure what happened in between. It's a bit of a blur. But after all these weeks, it's good to finally get back in front of an audience. So, yeah. Yeah, not much has been happening in my world. We had Father's Day, which was cool. Julia and the kids made breakfast burritos, which is fucking awesome.
Oh, nice.
Then we took a drive up to Turin, so it was good to actually get the car going up to 100 again. I haven't driven on the freeway in ages, so that was fun. Turn the music up. It was a nice day.
The exhaust
yeah. I wired it on good, man. It's not going anywhere, but it rattles like a motherfucker. And the car can still get up to 100, but stopping is concerning. It brakes okay, but it shakes. It really fucking shakes.
That's your disc.
Especially coming down from 100 when there's a roundabout or something. Like, oh, shit. But yeah, she's hanging in there. She's a good old car. Sad. Anyway, I have stories, but I have to watch what I say this week, I've been told. So I'm not to share stuff.
Dave's in the naughty corner.
Not so much. Okay, I made it till Wednesday. Julia didn't watch the stream until the Wednesday. I got home from work. She walks out the lounge room with this look. I've seen this look before. It's a mixture of disappointment and shame, and trying not to laugh. And she just looks at me and says one thing: "Creepy emoji guy. What the fuck?" So I'm like, so you've watched the stream, have you? She's like, I've skipped through it. But she hasn't seen everything, so I'm not completely in the league corner.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Jade and me finished watching Cobra Kai season 4, which she loved. That season is amazing. Everything just comes together in this complete growth of every character. All the storylines roll up, and she's also now officially enrolled in high school. Handed the forms in last week, and we've got the stuff back. And yeah, so it's all happening. There's only one term left. School holidays are coming up soon. But apart from that, I have stories, but I'm going to shut up. How are you, Conrad?
I'm good. I'm groovy. It's bright and sunny here in London. It's about 30 degrees at the moment.
Fuck off, man. It's been raining here.
It's about a heat wave at the moment here in London. Yeah, it's great. So I'm enjoying the good weather at the moment. Feels like back home. So it's nice. Yeah, it's been good. I saw Mike Tramp from White Line.
Wow. Cool. Yeah,
and that was woeful, fucking woeful.
Really?
Oh fuck! It was shocking. It was
awful.
It wasn't even call it a band, to call it a gig. I was insulted. It was a guitar player, him with a guitarist, him and another guitar player. So he was playing guitar. So there was another and a drum machine.
What?
Yeah, it was just a joke. It was just like
Wow.
pissed off. I've paid £21.50 for this. This is ridiculous. This is insane. So wasn't impressed. And the drinks are extortionate. So I didn't even hang around for the whole thing. I thought, fuck this, I'm out of here. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's a
that was a
shame.
bit disappointing. Other than that, yeah, good. On the up. Hopefully I'll be out of here soon and I won't be living in a bunk bed for much longer. As you can see.
Stealing from children.
I'll be hopefully in a place of my own soon enough.
Nice.
Good to grow up one day, buddy.
Yeah, well, that's all of us, Dave. That's all of us. But fingers crossed for you, man. Hopefully you do get the results you're looking for sooner rather than later, because, yeah, it would be a bit cramping your style, so to speak.
Well, that's all right. I mean, at least I'm not living in a tent.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Oh, wow. Shots fired.
I didn't mean it like that. Just say things could be worse.
Hey, in my defense, I own the tent. Okay.
Yes. Things could be worse. The block of land and the tent. You've got more than I have.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
We're off to a flyer. Oh, wow.
Just meant that, it's not the worst situation in the world.
That's all good.
It looks bad behind me, but it's not so
Mate, I've got tent walls and shit behind me and an old decoration from fucking 10 years ago, so don't worry about it.
All right, groovy. On to you, Jeff.
On to me. All right. I love how the show tonight began at the rush hour. Did anyone get that?
No.
There's no rush here.
21:12.
Yeah,
It was the rush hour.
Yep.
There we go.
Wow.
I noticed that because every night at 21:12 I do a salute to Rush. And so I do it 365 days a year. No, people think
So at 6 o'clock in the morning, should I do a Dreamfielder salute?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, why
Deep
not?
cut.
Yeah. 6 o'clock on a Sunday
Dave,
morning.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be
Only Sunday mornings.
Only Sunday mornings.
Christmas morning.
You know, Dave, you were in Turin on Sunday. I was in Nargoon, so we were down the same end. You know?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I was there. My nephew had his footy grand final. His team that he plays for made the grand final, and they actually went up against Turin, and Turin beat them. But it was a good game. It was a good game. Just to make it to the grand final was, that's pretty impressive.
There was so many bogans in Turin as well. I saw 3 Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction t-shirts.
Yeah,
fucking
there you go. There you go.
I should move there, man. Had the backpack on and everything.
I used to live in Turin. It's a wonderful place. It really is. It's
lovely area. Yeah.
Just about everything that you want. You can, that you could use. It's even got a supermarket there now. The Food Works.
Ooh.
So you don't have to go.
They've got running water as well, which is good.
Yeah, running water.
There was a psycho kid there though. He was like 4 years old and he's chasing these seagulls on the beach there. He's got this massive stick. He's like, "Come here, bird, it'll only hurt for a minute." Jesus Christ. Stay the fuck away from this little psycho.
What a little prick. Little bastard. Yeah, there's some bad parenting in that one. Go kill the bird, son. Okay, daddy.
He hasn't seen enough horror movies. That's the problem. Watching horror.
Let's not start that one.
Yeah.
Was his grandfather Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah.
Wearing the shirt, I'm representing. The other thing, I went the week before. I was over at Tough Sneezo's house. Cool. Yeah, he's a weirdo, man. I've never met him before. Holy fuck! I'm friends with his brother, so he shows up. I'm just there to see his brother, and hang out with Simon. And he comes out and he's just wearing like what looks like a fucking nappy and not wearing anything else. And he's like, his hair slicked back and he's got like Vaseline all over his body. I don't know what the fuck was going on there before I got there, but yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
Did you feed and change him?
No, yeah. So Tough, if you're watching, holy fuck, dude.
Way to make an entrance.
Find a hobby, yeah.
He's got a hobby, obviously.
I think he does have a hobby. Something that I don't want anything part of. But anyway, other than that, look, everything's been normal for me. Just work and the usual shit. Work, sleep, repeat.
Yep.
So I'm Very happy.
Nurse a giant baby.
It's Friday. What's that?
Nurse a giant baby.
Yeah, that's right. No, definitely not. Anyway, enough of my lovely, exciting life. Belle, how's your 2 weeks been?
How's my lovely life?
Yeah.
Pretty good. If Tuff is here tonight, I hope he is, because I would like an explanation about
Can't wait
So-
to
I don't think we
That's
want to go
fire.
down that road.
I'm curious.
I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know what that's all about. Is that normal? Was he trying to stir you up? Please tell us
I don't
more.
think he knew I was coming. I don't think he
He
knew I was
likes
coming.
Okay, so possibly
Just
not.
came out of
Maybe,
the room
maybe
and he
he was
dressed
already
like-
coming. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll see if he gets in the comments. But anyway,
It wasn't
Surprisingly, now
Vaseline.
you mentioned that
Oh,
there
no.
were tissue boxes all around. I noticed it in the living room.
And you thought it was Vaseline, man.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, baby oil, Vaseline. It's close enough,
Oh,
right?
dear.
Yeah.
One's just got a little more viscosity than the other.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't think we'd get to a point where we're using the word
You know
viscosity
too much,
in
man.
the show, but here we
Yeah.
are.
You know your lubricant.
Sorry,
I'm
Belle.
not
Didn't mean to
even-
interrupt. Go ahead.
We're
Go
not
ahead.
even into it yet.
Oh wow!
Starting early today. That's cool. And it wasn't me. So thank you, Jeff.
That lowered the
Yeah,
tone.
I do apologize for interrupting, Belle. Continue.
No, I continued on. Look, yeah, I haven't got anything particularly exciting to report. Although we did get some joinery done.
Nice.
Some bookshelves that I've been waiting for 4 years since we moved.
Yeah.
They're in. So I was finally
That's
able to unpack all my boxes of books. And
That's awesome.
put them on shelves.
No.
Oh, you
Which
got
is
to show
really
me
cool.
photos.
So I've
Click,
got
click,
this
click.
whole library going now. Yeah.
Please
I wanna
photos
see.
later on, Bill.
I'll show you
Yep.
mine. You show me yours.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Sure,
All
here
right.
we go.
I'm happy
Books
to.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Look how big my book is. I have 1,000 pages in my book.
I have big
Yeah.
books and I cannot lie.
I
Anyway,
was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
well, you know I love that song. Anyway, so yeah, because it's been such a long time since I've
Mm.
read any of them, I can start reading them all
Yeah.
over again, and
That's
that'll
awesome.
last me
Oh, yeah.
years. Yeah.
Cool.
So that was probably the most exciting thing that's happened to me, but I was very excited. Otherwise, just life, work, being mum, music, movies, food. Oh,
What?
yes, right. Something cool did happen. I think it was last week. I was at the KFC drive-through, so I wasn't getting food for myself, but for my son.
Mm.
And the guy handed me my food and then told me to have a scrum-diddly-umptious day. And I thought,
Oh, Ned
awesome
Flanders.
thing ever. Yeah, this kid was just a kid. He was like,
Wow.
he looked like he was 12. But it made my day.
Great.
I just laughed my head off. So
That's awesome.
well done, kiddo. He wouldn't be watching this show. He
No,
wasn't.
probably not.
But
Heaven help him if he is.
I was very impressed.
Mm.
So anyway, that's my fortnight. How are you, Andrew?
Better now than last week, obviously. Now, it was a bit dramatic. I said in the chat, it was like half a meter. Now, don't get me wrong, it probably was about that because we had buckets and buckets of water we were able to pull off the roofs and tarps up here. But yeah, we literally got washed out. So nothing got damaged. Everything was good, but it's just that the cleanup the next day was a bit sort of painful. And by the time we got through that, there was just nothing left in the tank. And then just the scheduling and everything just was gone to shit afterwards. So that was why we missed last week, because we got literally rained out the night before and had to spend the Thursday cleaning up and getting everything basically reset up. We've rearranged the entire setup up here for the most part, so there's a bit of a different look to things. But around that, just keep working on things and working on the house and that sort of stuff. So that's all going well. Right now I've got Caesar trying to hunt possums, which is always fun. I built a dog pen for the dogs, which is good. Just little things, bits and pieces like that have been going on behind the scenes. But generally speaking, happy, healthy, well, as always, which is good. And enjoying life up here. It's just getting used to different circumstances. Like Nicole said earlier, storm season is here. So it's like, okay, now I've got to work out what that's like up here. But the weather is different up here than Melbourne, that's for sure. That said, I'm in a t-shirt. It's nice and warm. I'm not cold. Dave, you using the heater I gave you?
No, I don't need it. Just got a long sleeve t-shirt on.
There you go. Cool.
Wow.
No, but everything's good now. So I'll keep everyone up to date with, on the personal pages kind of thing. But yeah, everything's definitely in a much better place this week. And obviously we're here live streaming again, which is absolutely fantastic. So there we go. Looking forward to this. Now let's get to quickly some comments, and then we'll get through a few things we've got to get through before Conrad jets out in about half an hour. So what do we got here? Michael is here saying, evening all. Good to see you as well. Adrian's here saying, what up, mate? Good to see. Oh, glad you're back streaming. We are glad to be back here as well.
Me too.
Vinny's here. Evening, you good-looking roosters. Just over 100 till Christmas again. Trees already up. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Really?
But Halloween's first,
you.
buddy.
Yeah, Halloween's first. It's going to be weird for me up here not doing the decorations I normally do because there's no point yet. I'll try and go into town and see what the town's doing at those times. Guys here, greetings from across the plain. Anti-Pedal, Standing Rockies. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're keeping well. Vinny's also said, have to say I'm fascinated by Conrad's backgrounds. It appears he's streaming from IKEA. Adrian chimed in saying, a drum machine is cheaper than a drummer. That is definitely the case, I guess.
And it won't fuck your girlfriend.
Unless you wanted to.
Well, there we go. Dangerous territory. Guys says, Andrew, you stoked at NFL tonight. KC versus Detroit. Scooped up Aaron Rodgers for my fantasy team. A-Rod's Conspirators. Okay, nice. Good quarterback choice in your fantasy there. Yes, I'm stoked. I'm going to be here watching it tomorrow morning. I've done what I need to do this week, so I'll be sitting down in the morning watching that game. Tuffer said, I've been charged since last time we saw each other, dudes. There we go. Tuff is here.
That doesn't surprise
That's
me.
not an explanation.
No, we'll see how we go.
Yeah. Please explain.
Wow. Vinny's here. So speaking of coming, Jeff, apparently the way R2D2 has sex is in nuts and bolts. Which in response, Adrian's going, wow. And Michael is here saying, my tip of the day is that when you decide to bake a grain, load in bread maker and put in your flour grains, yeast. Do not omit the water as it does not work. Old fart repeat process water.
Is it meant to be loaf and not load? Because you got
I think
you got load and yeast in the same sentence.
It makes load and typos in this conversation. Yeah, this conversation is going to go off the rails.
One of those words
load on the brain.
Sorry, speaking of typos, I read the thing wrong. He said changed, not charged. So yes, Tuff said changed. I've been changed since last time we saw each other. So yeah, sorry, my mistake. Not
It's never been changed.
It was a possibility.
He's been fed and burped.
If he was running around like that.
Things.
Yeah, if he went outside like that, then it would have been charged. Yeah.
Possibly.
Fuck.
All right.
I just picture this adult baby running down the street chasing Jeff, and Jeff's like, I'm not your buddy, guy.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened, Dave. Were you there?
I've seen too much South Park.
Oh, man. We're having fun. All right. We're going to fly through a few things here just to get some tricks out of the way. So we're actually going to jump way ahead a bit here and go to our build an album collection because I want to get that one ticked off before we get on out of here, or before Conrad does anyways. So as we started last time around, we were going through from 76 to 85. That was the random decade of years chosen. And last round, the idea here is that from each year, so this year, tonight we're doing 77, but each week we'll pick an album each from a different year and then get the audience to poll, and like we did with the Build a Band stuff. The rules for this one are that us as individuals can't have the same band more than once in our own list of 10, and that once an album is gone in this pick, it can't be picked by anyone else. So you cannot pick the same band twice. So for Dave, for example, he's sitting there going, Thin Lizzy, I can't take Thin Lizzy again, because no, you can't, Dave, even though they released it in 77. So to quickly recap, last week, Conrad chose Rush 2112. Jeff had AC/DC Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. I chose Kiss Destroyer. Bell had Thin Lizzy Johnny the Fox, and Dave had Thin Lizzy Jailbreak. Those were the choices last week. And Bell has been kind enough, as always. Thank you very much, Bell, for going through and doing the scoring for us here. So, on that note, Bell came in last week with her choice of Johnny the Fox. So
yeah, I know.
Fuck off.
10 points for Johnny the Fox.
That came last.
Holy shit.
That came last.
There were some good albums out there, but holy crap. I
You know
didn't
what?
expect it to last.
I was actually feeling bad last week when they had that whole I'm right, you're wrong bullshit, but Fuck off. The audience doesn't know shit. That album is number one. Fucking Jesus
And
Christ.
that's
Okay,
even
Dave.
counting. That's even counting.
Let me guess.
Which I wasn't
Insult
sure.
the viewers, Dave. That's it. Insult
Yeah.
our audience.
Yeah. Well, if fucking Kiss win, I'm going to burn my 7 T-shirts.
Well, let's get through it and
I
see
would
what
have
happens.
thought, to be honest, I think there's a really good chance that Destroyer takes this one, but we'll see.
We'll find out in a moment.
Really?
So Dave, if that happens, I want to see that footage of you burning shit. Coming
I
in
can't do it.
fourth
Vicky's
place.
gonna talk, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Coming in fourth place is Conrad with Rush 2112. That gets him 20 points for that one.
Oh wow!
Which means, Dave, you came in third with Jailbreak.
No what?
Yeah, that's cool. But fuck, Johnny the Fox is better.
Which means it
Andrew,
comes down to Jeff and
you got
myself.
me.
Which
There's no
means
way.
between AC/DC and Kiss, which comes first and second. So, Jeff, you get 40 points with Dirty D's Done Dirt Cheap, and I come out on top from last round with Destroyer from Kiss. That was the one that won. The
I
last
figured
round.
so. Yeah,
That is
Fucking
where it
Kiss
is. for
fans.
Dave.
it's a good album, man.
No, fucking Rock and Roll Over is better.
And you
than
wanted
Destroyer.
why I chose. And you wanted why I chose Destroyer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't
There's
even
no
realize you
way.
did, man. I was off my fucking nut when you just said.
What does Rock and Roll Over have?
I
that's really
thought
good?
Conrad
Love Gun.
picked it, to
That's
be
about
honest.
it.
I didn't
We
watch
got
that
Love
part.
Gun on there.
We never noticed, Dave. It was you're fine.
Seriously,
Nobody
Destroyer
noticed.
wins.
I
Destroyer's
can't think
got
of a
fucking
song
great.
on Rock and Roll Over.
Destroyer's got
is it
great
Love Gun?
expectations
I
and
think-
flame and
think
sweet
so.
pain. They're shit songs.
I can't.
Rock and Roll Over is a way better album.
No way.
Okay.
You're in drugs.
I'm a massive Kiss fan, and I will say Destroyer is not one that it's overrated.
Oh, God,
Okay.
here we go. Let's
Yeah.
not get into this. All right, we got a bit
No.
to get.
And
So-
especially compared to Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy's the best band of the
set him off
70s.
now.
You can't even
You've
come
triggered-
close.
Dave,
Yeah, I am.
calm
fucking
down,
angry.
Dave.
Here we are again.
I know.
Ugh.
Right? All
I'm
right,
not even
so we
drunk
have
this
to
week
get
and I'm pissed off.
Shush, Dave. We have to get
Okay.
through another round of picks. So, Dave, considering you're all fired up, you get to go first this week. So,
Well, I
off
was
you go.
thinking about picking Love Gun, but fuck Kiss. I'm going to go with Aerosmith. Draw the line. It's underrated. It's a good album.
So, Dave, you're taking Aerosmith, are you?
Yep.
All
Fucking
right,
Kiss
Dave,
fans.
taking
Jesus
Aerosmith
Christ.
for the line. Well, we're going to see because we'll do this one, and then in a few days we'll do the audience polling and see how it all goes.
Yeah.
So, Conrad, you're here. What are you taking as number 2 this time around?
I can't choose what's already a band that's already been chosen.
You can't choose a band that's on your list already, so you can't go with Rush again.
Right. Okay. AC/DC Let There Be a Rock, I believe, was 77.
Yes, it was.
Yes. I'll take that.
That was. There was no way it was going to slip through to me, but I was hoping. That is a great choice. It's going to be hard to beat, I reckon. All right, Jeff, follow it up. You get to go third this week.
Can I just say that when I did this 1976, and I thought, holy fuck, there's so many great albums.
Mhm.
And then I wrote out 1977, and I'm like, fuck that. I think it's better. I was like, holy shit, how do I choose
Yep.
anything?
Fuck.
I actually had to put like a little asterisk and stuff beside the ones in a number by the ones that I actually thought that I would like to take.
Mm.
Just some wow.
Yeah, it's a big year.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with my original gut feeling. I'm gonna go with number 1, and I have a number 2 as well. We'll see if anyone takes it, but I'm gonna go with Meatloaf Bad in Hell.
Okay, cool. It is getting taken off the board. Nice. All right. Cool. Fuck, now I've got to make a choice because it's harder than I want it to be, actually, because there's some cracking albums, like you've said.
It's just crazy, actually. I didn't think they could top 76, but 77, I think, has done it.
I'm torn here because the 2 albums I really want to go for are probably not the most hard rock things out there, but I think, Jeff, you might have paved the way for me to take it. So I'm gonna do something that's out of the box, but because it's such an influential album and it's been so many songs that have been covered by so many bands, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna take Fleetwood Mac Rumors off the board.
That was my number 2. That was my number 2.
I'm taking it. That I know it's a weird one, maybe,
No,
but
that's a fucking great
I
album.
love it. It's a fantastic.
No, it's
Gold
not.
Black Woman alone is worth
Dave,
it for me.
Man, it's just awesome album.
Yep. Alrighty, Belle. So you're going to go with something heavier?
Well, yes, but not a lot heavier, really.
Cool.
And I've got 2 left on my list, and I don't know which way to go, really. But I'll go. Oh, look. Yeah, I'll go with the one that I've been listening to for longer, and that's Foreigner.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
First album. The other one I had was my favorite Alice Cooper album, which is Lace and Whiskey. I absolutely love that.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, but he's got plenty more.
he's got more coming up.
I
does.
literally wrote out. I don't know how many. You guys can't see it. I could read it. It's the list is insane.
It's nuts.
Mm.
We won't go through all of them. I'm just
no.
going to say my number 2 was going to be Animals from Pink Floyd. That was my
Yep.
that was what I was calling between.
My
Good
number
album.
3 was the Sex Pistols. Never mind the Bullets.
Ah, cool.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
fuck
not.
off.
It's not. Look, it's a
Influential
popular
album, man.
one like the most revolutionary influence
Mhm.
albums of all
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, be mediocre and sucks shit.
Well,
Well, Dave, everyone's entitled to their opinion, including you.
I don't think it's a. Yeah, I don't think it's it's not something I would listen to all the time, but you can't deny its impact.
Impact,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Well, Dave, you tried in the punk special and didn't go that well for you. So,
Yeah, I pissed off a lot of punk fans with that special.
it
That
didn't
was
go
fun.
well.
Let's
for you
do that
time around.
again. Let's do more punk.
Later on.
Punk's
Alrighty.
fun.
While we do have Conrad, I want to do 2 things with Conrad before he does run out, because we do know which way he's going to go on the King of the Riff thing later on. So I don't think there's any huge surprises to be left there. But I do want to go over his song of the week before we get out of here. Definitely want to cover this one off quickly now. So in the comments, in the description box, as always, I will go through the comments in a little bit of time. I just want to get through a few things here first folks. But yeah, please check out Dolly Parton featuring Rob Halford with Bygones. This is a really interesting track. It's from the album Rockstar, due in November. So Conrad, it was your choice. Let's go to you first, and then we'll do the rounds on this one. What made you pick this one?
I think just because I'd seen the album coming out, I'm really interested about this record. I've heard really good. I mean, the guest list is just insane.
Yeah,
the amount of people she's got on this, and high caliber people. We're talking like really, everybody who's anybody in rock is on this.
yes.
There's some great guests on this, and I just thought, you know what, I've got to check this out. And I put the song on, and I was just like, wow, this is solid. This is good. It's good rock and roll. It's great, and the collaboration with Rob Halford and her, it's really, really fucking good. Now, despite what anybody thinks about Dolly Parton, I hate to say this, but she's a bloody good songwriter.
Talented as fuck.
Really good songwriter.
Yeah.
Despite what genre you're into, you have to give credit where credit's due, and she's a great songwriter. So
not just for herself, but for so many others as well.
That's right.
Yeah, she wrote, I think that big Whitney Houston song with Dolly's,
Yep.
I will, that's right, the big one she had. I will fall in love with her. I will
always love you.
Always
from the Bodyguard,
you,
from the Bodyguard film.
And I mean, Jolene, 9 to 5. She's written some really good songs. So this was great. It was cracking. It just ticked all the boxes, and I went, I got to check this out, and then put it on. Was like, yep, that works for me. It rocks. Kick ass. Good on her. Who'd have thought that she can do some rock songs, and she's managed to. And not particularly with any hard, not a struggle for her either.
Yeah.
She did it well. So I thought it was a great amalgamation, and Rob Halford being an interesting choice. I mean, a lot of her audience are going to go, who's this guy? But I saw some live footage as well where they had quite a few people up and singing together, and they did Jolene together live. And Rob appears on that doing Jolene with, and it's great. It's unreal. Cool. It's really good. She's with a few people all singing, but Rob's in there as well, and it's great. Right. Fantastic. So this song with just it's a good it's a good poppy I say pop rock, but it's a bit heavier than pop rock, I think. It's an edge. Heavy. I wouldn't call it pop rock, maybe, but it's definitely definitely a good rock song. And I hope it makes somewhere on the I'd like to see it in the charts, in the make it through to the charts, or maybe some more songs off this record. I'm really looking forward to the album. So,
interesting. Cool. Well, I'll follow it up. It's actually a heavier song than I expected it to be.
Exactly.
Exactly. There's some real riffing and bite in the song, which was hang on.
Yeah.
I didn't I thought it would be a bit sort of, maybe a faux pas or passe kind of thing, but no, it's actually just, it feels like a genuinely good song. Dolly's voice works well with Rob Halford. I reckon those two actually have a great chemistry vocally. They do it well. And again, absolutely. I can't go past it. The attack in the song is just really, really impressive. There's also some darkness in this too. Everyone associates Dolly Parton with these light and happy and bubbly kind of songs, but you get that blending of her with Rob Halford. They've actually made a pretty dark song, which is, lyrically and sonically, it works. It's got a great hook in it. It'll get stuck in your head pretty quick if you listen to it. At the end of the day, it's two vintage performers coming together and bringing their best to combine the best of two very different worlds in this song. And it struck me. It was like, wow, okay, this is a really cool, intriguing track. And I'm very curious about the album. So it's going to be very interesting. This is very cool. It's a very direct, straightforward kind of song. It's not, breaking any new ground by any stretch of the imagination, but you can hear the elements of both sides coming together to make a really good, solid song that I thought was actually really nicely done. So, I was pretty happy to check this one out. So, well done, Conrad. I thought it was a good little pick.
Thank you.
Going to break it up. Let's go to Belle next. What did you think of it?
Okay, so I like Rob Halford.
Mm-hmm.
I like and respect Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I like them both as vocalists, as individuals. I don't like country music at all, so I'm not... I haven't heard much Dolly Parton, but I think, she's a great singer and songwriter, and I know enough to know that. But I don't like them together, and I don't like this song. I think the song itself is just weird. It doesn't work, and it's kind of weak.
Ouch.
I'm giving my opinion. I've listened to it a few times. I listened to it when it first came out, actually, and I was actually kind of excited to hear. I thought, wow, this is different. This is going to be cool. I like both these artists, and it just didn't do it for me at all. And subsequent listens hasn't improved upon my opinion. So it's like, I don't know, it was like it's a highly anticipated thing that just doesn't work.
Doesn't live up to the hype for you.
Lulu, maybe.
Oh, don't put it in Lulu territory, please.
Okay, so like the KFC burger, instead of bread, you have two chicken fillets. Like, wow, that sounds awesome.
I'll go with that, yeah.
Not that great.
To double down? Oh, man.
Sorry. I just don't like it. I think I could listen to it 10 more times and I still wouldn't like it. So sorry, Brad.
Okay. We can't all like the same.
3 out of 10 from me.
We can't all like the same things.
Well, that would be boring if we did anyway. So a bit of contention is always a good thing. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's go to Jeff then. How'd you go?
Okay. Now I think I had actually heard this a few months back, because I think it was like the first single that they released, or one of them, and I think it's a good song. I wrote down a few things, so I'll just read what I wrote. So essentially, I thought it was kind of funny hearing Dolly sing a song that's kind of out of her comfort zone, and you can tell it is out of her comfort zone. And then, the way she gives, it's metal, it is metal. So she's given it a go and she's done well. The song is very catchy. And there's good meaning in the lyrics. It tells a story, as a lot of country songs do. So it makes me wonder, maybe she wrote this song. I don't know. Now Rob fits really well. But in my opinion, I thought that you could really hear in his vocals that it sounded to me like, if you listen to Priest and stuff, you know what he can do with his voice. He sounds to me like he's holding back vocally. And I think he's probably doing that because he's a class act and doesn't want to upstage her on her album, because he can do that like that.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what he's done here. And he's holding back. But I think the song is good, but I think that fact that he's holding back, I don't know. And that's just my opinion. I don't know if that's what's happening here, but I think that because we know what he can do vocally, even though it sounds good, I think that ultimately prevents this song from being truly great. I think it could have been better. And if he had really, if you can sing, if you're on someone's album and then you've got to deliberately kind of tone it down a bit because you're better than the person. I'm not saying that he's a better vocalist than she is, but he can certainly hit the notes in a way that she can't, or she's never been able to.
As well.
Most people can't. That's right. Halford is just an incredible vocalist. So I think he's just, he's showing that he's a class act and he's kind of toned it down a bit. But that's just my opinion. I still like the song. I thought it was a good song. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
So I gave it a 7 out of 10. So.
All right. Cool. Let's close the circle. Dave, how'd you go?
Meh. It's all right. I remember a few years ago, fucking Ed Sheeran released a rock song. Everyone was losing their shit saying, oh, this is going to open up so many doors for rock. It's going to get back in the mainstream. Everyone's going to love it. Fuck off. It just increases their progress. Doesn't happen. Doesn't mean shit. I can't picture a whole bunch of Dolly Parton fans suddenly becoming fucking Judas Priest fans. But I will give Dolly one credit for one thing.
Though. So
yeah. But this is much more a rock album than Miley Cyrus's rock album was that we reviewed last year or the year before. Fuck, that was a load of crap. But it had clever marketing, got everyone interested. Miley Cyrus is making a rock album. It has one distorted guitar riff and one song. Yeah. Okay, credit to Dolly Parton for making a rock album after being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, even though she's not rock and roll.
Well, that's why she did it.
Fucking awesome.
That's why she did it. Yeah,
exactly. That's cool. Yeah. Because it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, not the Country Hall of Fame, not the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, not the Popular Music Hall of Fame. We have words for a fucking reason. There's definitions behind words. Don't cheapen this shit. Okay. Performances are good. Halford sounds good. Dolly's got a decent rock voice. I don't think they connect. I don't even think they're in the same room when this is recording. They don't even have to be in the same fucking country these days. There's no passion. I don't get a connection between them. I've seen duets between people that look like they want to rip each other's clothes off, and it's not there. There's no passion. There is a song.
Might be a bit hard considering its health.
That wasn't going to happen here, no matter what, Dave.
Exactly. Look, I got a joke here that says Rob's probably the only guy. Yeah, I got a stupid joke written down saying that Rob's probably the only guy who's recorded with Dolly who doesn't think she's a handful to work with. He's a performer. Okay, actors act, performers perform, singers sing, regardless of who you are. You make a connection to promote and to perform the songs and the lyrics that you are conveying. It's not there. Now, by comparison, on the new 69 Eyes album, there's a song called This Murder Takes Two with the singer and Cat D, guest stars. They connect. That's how it's done. That is way better than this. Way better.
I'll be seeing them next month.
You're fucking champion because they don't tour.
Awesome.
They don't tour this side of the world, man. Fuck, I would love to see them. They're so good. But I will give Dolly's album a listen because I'm interested in a lot of the guests. Apparently, Nikki Sixx and John 5 are on this track. Could be anyone. There's nothing that distinguishes them as them. But yeah, it's all right. I won't be listening to it again. I've heard it.
It's only me and you, Andrew. That
yeah, I know.
I liked it.
Jeff liked it though. I thought they did connect personally. I thought it worked well.
I thought it worked.
No.
Can't please everybody.
That's the thing, though. That's the point. That's why we have different things and bring different. We go away and bring our own song in. That's the whole point. That's what the fun part of it is. Cool. Alrighty. So we got a few minutes left with Conrad here before he's got to jet off to do some stuff. So I just wanted to. I'm assuming you've heard about it over there in the UK about Kiss performing at the grand final here.
I didn't.
No?
I don't have a TV. Well, I do, but I don't really watch it much. And obviously, news from Australia doesn't exactly stuff like that. They wouldn't mention something like that here on the TV. So I just learnt of it now when you spoke of it. I mean, they're coming out there anyway. They're going to be out there doing.
Yeah, they're doing the show in Sydney. Yeah,
they're doing the show in Sydney, but are they coming back later in the year to do?
I'd have to look at dates to be really sure.
I think it's a bit unnecessary if they're coming back once. They're going to come back once, do that show in Sydney. It seems a bit unnecessary to get them in to do 3 songs at the grand final.
Well, they're doing that in October 7, and the grand final is probably the week before. So,
if they're in the country, it makes sense.
Yeah.
If in the country, then obviously it makes good business sense. It's why not? Just
Yeah, they're already here. So
throw them on it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense for that reason. I don't have a problem with it. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it doesn't piss, I don't really have a feeling about the grand final. I don't really follow AFL, so it's not really doesn't really have any sort of feeling for me about it. Hopefully the fans like it. There's a lot worse choices.
Yeah, well, that's true.
We've
had them in the past as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a toss up between Meatloaf and between Angry Anderson and the Batmobile.
Now, in Meatloaf's defense, he didn't have inner ear monitors, so he couldn't hear himself. I know it was terrible, but that was the reason.
Yeah,
anything other than Jimmy Barnes or Farnham, which is probably how many times have those guys done it? Probably
yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
Probably sure Barnesy and Farnsey have done it many times. I don't doubt.
I'm curious now.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I've opened up a big.
I'll have to go on.
Everyone's gone silent. What have I said? Oh shit! I'm in trouble.
John Farnham did it in '79.
Wow. Okay, that was a long time ago.
That is a long time ago. That's before The Voice.
I thought he would have done it like Whispering Jack era.
He did it in '89 as well for
Legends
daughter.
Yeah. There you go.
Just quickly, cool. Fucking hell! Wow.
Jimmy Barnes, you done it?
I haven't. I'm not. I'm quickly scrolling, so if I miss it, I do apologize. I'm looking at the. It doesn't look like Barnesy has because I'm not seeing anything.
Somebody watching out there could have a look.
Someone will probably have the better idea for me as well, but I'm just looking at it going, okay, I'm not. John Farnham did "You're the Voice" in 2009. Oh, sorry, Jimmy Barnes did in 2009 as well. So they have both performed in 2009.
They've done it.
So they have done it. I won't go too long on that, but yeah, they have done it. So
it's
an interesting sort of a choice there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got a couple of minutes. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Conrad, while you are still here before we sort of just
give me some more give me some more of these songs because I went and reviewed them all. So I went and reviewed all these songs.
All right, cool. So just run through them then. So you quickly give us your thoughts on. All right, Jeff had Secret Spheres with Jay's Serenade. How'd you go with that one?
Let me just have a look in my drawing. Here we go. I wrote down some reviews for these.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Nice.
You never write down stuff. That's amazing.
It's off the top of your head.
Yeah, you can speak off the top of your head, which is not something everyone.
Did you use Crown for your bedroom?
If I can find the reviews, I got to find these reviews. But I did do some reviews. Here we go. Me song reviews. THRS song reviews. Three Teeth. Industrial dance floor song. Like if you're in a goth club or an alternative club.
Yeah, I didn't. That wasn't a review. I just put that in the comments.
That wasn't a review.
She loved it. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
That was just a random one I threw in there.
To review. So
no,
3 Teeth.
Yep.
I thought that was a sing-along kind of thing that you could hear in an alternative club, like a goth club.
Okay.
That kind of work between Sisters and Rammstein.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That would work. Eclipse.
Yes.
I've seen these guys live. Whose choice was this?
Dave.
Mine, obviously.
Okay. I call this teenage brat rock.
Fuck off!
But
obviously,
got a pop punk, radio-friendly pop rock kind of feel to it.
Oh, wow.
However, they're not a teenage brat rock band. I know that, and I've seen them live, and they don't give off that vibe live. Just this song kind of had a little bit of that kind of vibe to it.
Cool.
But I still enjoyed it nevertheless. It's not abrasive. It ticks the boxes. So I gave that 6 out of 10 for that.
Cool.
One. Sorry, Dave. Don't shoot me down in flames. Vola.
Yes.
Who was Vola then?
Yes. Can you guess?
No, yes.
Bell.
Sorry. Mine.
It's yours, was it? This is interesting. I found this rather interesting.
Okay, cool.
Very interesting. I think Porcupine Tree fans might dig some of this. It's got some.
I got that too.
Okay, cool.
It's got some prog elements to it, and I quite like Porcupine Tree. So I thought this is very interesting. This is definitely there's something original sounding here, and I'm very difficult to impress these days with stuff newer bands.
No shit.
Yeah, newer bands are difficult to impress me, but this did. It had something there that I thought, hang on, this actually sounds original, and I quite enjoyed it. I thought this is different, and because it was different, it was refreshing to hear something different. So I gave this 7 out of 10.
Cool.
I quite liked the proggy kind of elements to it, and it had this electronica vibe to it too. This keyboardy kind of electronica vibe as well. So no, I quite enjoyed that one. That was interesting. So Vola, 7 out of 10 for that one.
Cool.
Well done, Bell. Wicked Envy. Not bad. Interesting, modern. Felt like it was. Oh, this was a little frustrating.
Okay.
I did like this. I did enjoy this. An Australian band, Sydney band. With female singer. I found this quirky. This was interesting. I did enjoy it, but it cut too short. I felt like the song was about to take off and do something, and it finishes so abruptly. And I'm like, hang on, I was just waiting for it to change and do something, and it finishes so abruptly, and I was like, damn it, this is. I'm actually beginning to enjoy this. I'm really starting to get into this, and then it stops, and I was like, fuck. It was rather frustrating.
You hit the play button again, and it starts over.
Yeah, but I was kind of like waiting for it to. I was almost like waiting for something to change and to happen to it. And I thought it was about to do that, and it just leads you into this almost a false sense of security, like something's about to happen with it, and it just ends. And I'm like, oh, seems like an odd place to end the song. But I gave it 6 out of 10.
Cool.
For being, just different, I guess, and quirky.
Yeah.
Secret Sphere. Fans of Dragon Force might like this. Yeah, it's got that kind of speed metal vibe to it, speed power metal vibe. So Stradivarius Blind Guardian fans might dig this. It's it's executed very well. This kind of stuff, the music, the way it's played, it's executed brilliantly. Vocally, not really my bag, but it is done well. I won't deny it is executed very, very well. So if you like that symphonic speed metal stuff, you're probably going to enjoy this.
Cool.
So this gets 7 out of 10. Those are my reviews.
Nice.
There we go. You powered through them all. Nicely done, man. With about bang on time for you to get moving as well. So you've done well there.
Hey, Conrad, what do you give your own song out of 10?
Oh, that I didn't think about that. You're talking about the Dolly one?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 7. 7 for Dolly.
Okay.
I'm not going to smash it out the ballpark, but I guess 7.
No, that's a fair. Yeah, that's what I gave it.
Fair. I'll give it a fair review.
Yeah.
All righty. I can be critical of my own stuff.
Yeah, self-criticism is always healthy anyway. If you can do that.
Anyway, thank you for having me. Sorry, it's brief.
No, most welcome
to the audience. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, man.
To the audience
thanks for jumping in, man. I know you're busy, but it's been good, and we'll see you soon. Yeah, for sure, definitely next week.
I've got a lot to get on with. So it's daytime over here, peoples. You forget that it's daytime for me. So I've got up and got shit to do with the day.
All right, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Cheers, man.
Well, enjoy the rest of
your
day,
man, brother.
Enjoy your week. We'll see you soon.
Rock on, guys. See you
cool,
soon.
man. Thanks for that.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, cool.
Now we're bigger.
So
we're bigger.
Give us a minute. I'll catch up with some comments.
I don't need an excuse to be bigger. I'm big enough.
It's okay. Alrighty, so what do we got here? So Tough said, I told you Guns N' Roses gives me the shit from last time. So there we go. But Michael,
is that why you dress like a baby? I don't understand.
Anyway, Michael said, Dave, you burning shirts, good viewing for sure. Pay-per-view.
Yeah, I got to think before I speak. That won't be happening. If I still had my old Nirvana shirts from when I was 16, then fuck yeah, it'd be a bonfire.
All right.
Rightio. Adrian said, Kiss Alive is my favorite. Destroyer is great. So there we go.
Destroyer is good.
So
not
Dave,
great.
let's get into this. There's going back a bit to the battle stuff. Tough says, I feel the same about Jason Donovan. Is a better singer than Kylie. Vinny's gone good choice. Andrew, smart move. All right, cool. This is when we're picking the albums, which is nice. Adrian's gone Sex Pistols are so freaking cool. So there we go. And Darren's gone, here we go again. So a lot of fun here. Let's see. Alrighty. So Tuff says, I saw that. Anything Priest is awesome, even if some batshit crazy idea. So there we go. This is back to Dolly song now. Adrian said, I had a crush on Dolly. That's a good song. So there we go.
Yeah.
Tough said also, Dolly does a lot of good things for people with her charity work. That is absolutely the case. She is one of the best out there in that regard. Uses her wealth and influence in some amazing ways. Vinny says on the back of that, she's no longer working 9 to 5, but more like the graveyard shift. Pleasantly surprised by this. So there we go. But Adrian's gone, wow, Belle. But then Darren said nope. So there we go.
Cool.
So I didn't like it. Adrian said Belle dropping the hammer. So there we go, that one. And then Vinny's gone, oh, Belle, say that to Dolly's face. She'll end up with 2 black eyes.
No, I hope she never sees this. All right, I can give as good as I get, but
yeah. Michael said Dave got the joke of the night so far.
The Dolly Parton joke.
The Dolly Parton joke, yeah. Andrew said, I found it to be a better performance by Dolly on this song compared to a version of We Are the Champions by Queen. I haven't heard that one, so I can't really comment on that one. Michael said, didn't get homework time on this track. Need to listen to it. A bit hard to judge with footy on with only 13 points in it. Okay. Don't spoil it for me. Nicole said, it's shit that an Australian band can't do the grand final. It's like they don't think we have good bands. Okay, we're going to get to this hot topic soon enough. Sammy, good to see you, Sammy. Haven't seen you for a while. Good to have you back. Meatloaf was the worst ever. That is up there. Rowan says it might look a bit weird having 4 old guys dressed in cosplay in the middle of the MCG, but I guess we'll see. Well, we all will see soon enough. Adrian, is the AFL like the NFL? Well, they're trying to be marketing wise. I'll put it that way. Different sports entirely, but it is a bit like that. Guys jumped in with a conspiracy or us. I'm not sure why, but okay. Michael says it's like the NFL, but much cheaper. To which Adrian's gone, thanks. Okay, Tough says, I found this band thanks to that link within links. YouTube, Nuclear Power Trio, Ukraine from the Membrane. It's insane. Got the Trump King. Mate, yeah, Nuclear Power Trio, phenomenal. The 2 albums they put out are absolutely brilliant. If you like your instrumental stuff, then they are fucking amazing. And they're technical proggy, but still very accessible. I love their work. And the videos are fucking hilarious. One guy dresses up as Putin. One guy dresses up as Donald Trump. One guy dresses up as King Jong-un, I think it is, and they play as a 3-piece band together, and they're just fucking hilarious.
Okay.
All right. Vinny says, I was surprised Birds of Tokyo wasn't an option for the grand final, being that they're in the middle of their tour. Also, family-friendly, plenty of anthems. Possible. What do we got here? Okay. Rowan said, Secret Spheres made one of my all-time favorite albums, A Time Never Came. So that's fun to check out there. Nicole saying, see you later to Conrad. Vinny says, have a good day, Conrad. See you on the top bunk tonight.
Will you be dressed like a baby with Vaseline all over you?
Yeah. Michael says, Nirvana shirts. What the? Oh, dear, Dave. And Guy's gone, Rob.
I have photos of me in high school wearing Nirvana t-shirts. We all make mistakes in life, people.
And also follow up with Donald Trump equals orange. Jesus. Okay, we're getting into some strange territory. All righty. So now we're going to backtrack a little bit. We did the albums stuff, so now we're going to keep going back to our songs of the week. So this is a bit of a different order to things tonight. We're going to go back to the songs of the week, then we'll get to the hot topic shortly. But for now, next up is Jeff's choice for this week, which is Secret Sphere with Jay's Serenade. So it's fitting that it follows on from the comment there from Rowan there. So we had that before. Now, just for the record, it's in the comments, in the description box. Make sure you check it out. So Secret Spheres, Jay's Serenade. It's from Blackened Heartbeat, due in November this year via, of course, it's Jeff's pick, Frontiers Records.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. That said, Jeff, I'll get you to go first, obviously, but this is different to the rest. So give us your thoughts.
Yeah. I'd never heard of these guys, and I was just flipping through, one of my favorite channels, surprise, surprise. And yeah, the guys are from Italy, and I thought they had a really cool sound. It was quite relentless in the rhythms, and it was just like the drums, the bass, the keys, even the guitar had this sound like it was just kind of out for blood. I really enjoyed the guy's voice, although when I first saw him, the look that he was wearing, he reminded me of like some Daryl from Frankston. He was just like, what the fuck are you wearing here? And so I was just like, this is not a good look. But hey, what I was surprised because his look kind of doesn't match the voice that's coming out of him, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I think you really can hear a lot of other bands in their music. I could hear bands like I could hear Camelot in there.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yes, I could hear Camelot. And even, even some Halloween, believe it or not, there's some Halloween in there. And so, yeah, I just thought it was cool. I really liked it. I just thought really tight and I liked it. And so I'm going to be obviously, I went back and listened to some, they had quite a few singer changes over the years as well. And this guy had sung on some previous albums and then he's come back. So that's kind of cool.
Okay, cool.
And the stuff that I listened to, I think this guy has come back. He's by far the better singer that I heard anyway. Nice. So, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to be definitely looking forward to the new album coming in November.
Cool. All righty. Dave, over to you.
All right. This song is fantastic. Gets straight to the point with fantastic guitars and drums. The riffs are excellent. Keys come in. It brings some nice symphonic elements. Very heavy Camelot vibes. I definitely got that. The vocals and story in the video was interesting, so I had to look up the lyrics. I'm assuming this is part of a concept album. If it is, there's enough to make me want to listen to the whole thing. If it's not, I'm really confused. The video got some really suspenseful elements towards the end with the broken glass. You're not sure what she's going to do with it. I thought that was cool. My one criticism of this song is the excessive amounts of the chorus. 6 times within 6 minutes. I don't know any other band, prog rock or not, that does the chorus 6 times within the one song. If you're going to do that, alter it a little bit. I mean, different character perspectives or whatever. But that's just me being picky. But they do 6 verses, so they pack a shitload into 6 minutes. There's some solos and everything in there. Going into the video for a bit, did anyone else look into the psychologist ink blot in the video and see Frank the rabbit from Donnie Darko, or was it just me?
I didn't really look at the video too much. I just listened to the.
I watched it on my tablet, so I a couple times, obviously, but I don't.
It's probably just me because I pick up little intricacies in music videos and films and everything because I'm a fucking film nerd. But yeah, I watched Donnie Darko a few weeks ago, so I'm just like, that's
all right.
This band's cool. I looked them up on Spotify, checked out a few other songs. They have done a song with Annette Olson called "Lie to Me." Annette Olson's fucking amazing. So, but Jeff, this is awesome, nice find, and yeah, I don't give these songs a fucking rating, but 8.5 out of 10, I guess, off the top of my head.
Nice.
I'll start scoring these ones. I'll start writing notes myself now to score songs. I haven't done
we're going to start scoring these. It's just going to be like a thing.
It's been started. I don't know if we'll. It's don't know. We'll see what happens.
Optional. Optional.
It's one of those things. I don't know how to quite grade a song. I haven't worked that out in my head yet, but
it's all personal.
There's a lot of songs you can't really rate them.
But also, Dave, you and I are also very stuck in our ways after doing things a certain way for so long as well. So new ways.
We're like old men. No, we can't change now. Fuck you.
Nah, fuck off. I don't care about that. Look, at the end of the day, I'll go next. This one, for all the Frontiers talk we've had with Jeff for a while now, this one's a lot heavier out of the Frontier side of things than a lot of the other stuff. This one has serious balls. There's some nice layering of synth though in this, but there's some kick-ass pounding riffs and drums on this song under it all. Like that, I know that Conrad referenced Dragon Force, and that might be a bit extreme as a reference, but I can hear why you'd sort of lean toward that. But in amongst all this, you got these really nice melodic vocals and some little choral moments as well that bring some extra drama to the song. It's very much in the power metal world. If you like that sort of stuff, you're going to very much get a kick out of this one. Not breaking new ground per se, but it's a solid, well-written and performed song from top to bottom. But that said, I know that, Dave, you mentioned the chorus, but there's a big hook in there, which I can understand why they went to it, because it is a really big hook on it. Stay with you a lot longer than you think after it finishes off the last note, too. It'll get stuck in your head. Nice harmonies in this. Basically, long story short, if you like the genre, you're going to get a kick out of this song. It's worth the spin. I thought that there was a nice lack of cheese in this song, too, which was good. It felt like it had some direct bite to it, which is cool. And there was also a really nice solo in there, which I thoroughly enjoyed too. So yeah, I haven't got a score written down, but no, I did enjoy this one quite a bit. So yeah, nicely done, Jeff. Good little pickup, and I'm glad it was a bit. I know I've sort of ripped a bit about Frontiers, but when they do something heavier, they do it very, very well, which is very, very cool for mine. Yeah. Alrighty, Belle, did you like this one?
Yes, this is probably the least Frontiers sounding Frontiers song. I've heard. I didn't realize they kind of went in this direction. And when I saw Jeff Frontiers, I thought I knew what I was in for, but I was completely wrong.
Surprise!
Yeah, it was great. Sneaky. Well done. This song comes out swinging. Then it brings in this melodic element. When the vocals kick in, I'm thinking, wow, this is actually power metal. This is not kind of melodic hard rock. So that was cool. It's a total banger. It has everything you want in a power metal song. Fantastic guitars, keyboards, fast-paced drumming, soaring vocals, and a anthemic chorus I've written. I can't even say the word that I've written. Anthemic chorus.
The word.
Yeah, go Bill. All right, there's even a touch of syncopation that sneaks in here and there. I thought that was cool. The solo didn't disappoint either. So yeah, way to go, Jeff. For fooling me. Nicely done. I'm going to score it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Yay!
All right. There we go.
It was great. I loved it.
Cool. Well, let's see what the audience thought. Darren's gone Frontier, Jeff. But Adrian's gone very cool track. Vinny says awesome vocals on this one, Jeff. Instruments are tight and crunchy, just like my peanut butter. So there we go.
That's a good compliment.
Rowan, I don't know where we're going tonight. We got Vaseline and peanut butter in the same.
That's the way I like my peanut butter.
I've never seen a peanut butter jar labeled tight.
Yeah, I don't get that, Vinny.
I get crunchy, but never seen tight peanut butter.
Well,
just depends on where you put it, Dave.
Fuck, dude.
Jeff.
But whatever happens in Canada is okay, but save that.
What happens in Canada stays in Canada, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
Oh wow. All right. So anyway, Rowan says, "Yeah, I love this. I can't recommend the A Time Never Came album enough. Top 10 all-time concept album for me." So there we go. That's from Rowan. Adrian loved the arrangement of the song. Rowan says, "I don't watch the videos," but Michael said, "Well picked, Dave, on the video. This video looks good to me." So there we go. We are getting some more commentary on that one.
Good video.
Darren said, "Nothing new, but a cool song."
Yeah.
Tough says, "You want to see my nappies? Lol, I couldn't resist."
Just the fresh ones, buddy.
Just the peanut butter ones. The peanut butter ones, but not a bad track. So there we go. Some Michael as well. Alrighty, we're going to escape from this little realm and move on to something else, which is Dave's pick of the week this week.
Right.
In the comments, in the description box, it's a clips with Got It. It's from the new album Megalomanium, which is out now. It dropped last Friday, so a few days ago now, if I'm correct, Dave.
Yep.
But yeah, over to you, man. You and I both know this band, but
fuck. I love this band. I love this album. I love this song. I picked this 2 weeks ago before the album was out. And we're going to review the album this weekend. So if you're not a Patreon, become a Patreon. Then you can see me lose my shit for like half an hour.
Not this weekend, the weekend after.
We're not doing it this coming Saturday? Sunday? I know. We'll deal with it. Oh, yeah. We're behind. I don't know what the fuck it's doing. But Eclipse do not know how to write a bad song. There's never going to be a time when Eclipse release a song and I can say, it's okay, it's not bad. It's not as good as their last song because they've got this fucking bar all the way up here and they keep delivering. They never disappoint. You always have to use words like amazing and awesome and brilliant, but it might seem like overkill, but it really is. They do not disappoint ever. There's such a great hook to this chorus. The chord progressions and melodies are fantastic. The solo is excellent. The energy's right up there. It would be amazing live, and I would dearly love to see these guys live again. A full set this time because I only saw them for an hour at Glamfest, and I was just getting warmed up. There's always an upbeat vibe to this band and their music, but this time I got a sense of darkness within the lyrics. The wrap back around my leg and the slight wordplay in the chorus. There's something not 100% right going on in what he's portraying, which I love because you can just enjoy the song when you're happy. And then when you dig into the lyrics, it can be a deeper meaning. That is what makes a cool fucking song. Nice contrast between the vibe of the song and the build of the drama within the lyrics. Song's awesome. Fucking album's awesome. And yeah, in 2 weeks' time, you're going to see me lose my shit. So I'll just jerk off for half an hour if we get it done quicker, but these things take time. So, fuck, Eclipse is fucking fantastic.
Bell's just got her head in her hands, like, what have I gotten myself into here?
So sorry, Bell.
Belle watched us before. She must know what we're like, or what I'm like.
That was probably the worst thing you've ever said. But anyway.
So you haven't watched the show for very long.
Okay,
You haven't
Belle,
seen my Michael Sweet review.
I watched
You
it
haven't
live.
seen my Michael Sweet review. Wow. I've said much worse.
I met that guy. He's a cool dude. He is.
Yeah, no, but that
Cool
review was
too.
something else. If you want to see Dave really push the envelope of what's
I'm
acceptable,
gonna have to watch it, dig it out.
that's a review to watch.
It's on YouTube. Yeah.
It's
Julia
there.
refuses to
there.
watch it. I've told her about it. She refuses to watch it.
That's probably a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
That look of sort of half smiling, half disappointed would be full disappointment. I tell you that right now.
Yeah, no, there'd be no smile on there. Not impressed by what I
One
said
man.
there.
Not knowing Julia. Yeah. I'll go next.
It
on this
was
one.
a good review, though.
It was a funny review, but just a real gut punch moment. in there,
Because
man.
the people watching us, there was like a mixture between laughter and disappointment,
was just
depending who the
shocked.
person was. There was Jody, there was Nikki, there was Wayne. Wayne thought I was a fucking champion. Nikki's like, oh my God.
And the rest of us like, wow, you went there.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to move on. Look, now for me on this song, I'm the same as you, Dave. I refuse to believe that these guys can write a bad song. They're so good at what they do. If you like melodic hard rock with a bit more bite than most, then this is definitely for you. Big fucking hook on this one. Huge hook in the chorus. But I love the wordplay too, like you said. I think there's some very clever lyrical twists and turns. I get that on all the singles on this one, actually. So I'm assuming from what you're saying, it's a theme throughout the album, the wordplay. But if you want an earworm, this song's got it. It's so damn well written and performed. If you haven't checked, I haven't checked out the album yet. Dave has, but I want to. Very much so. I'm looking forward to it. That'll be next week.
Bring the Vaseline, man.
Oh, yeah, well, tough. Bring it. What do we got?
Rub off on top.
No, let's not, and not even say we did. Fuck's sake. All right, this has got great energy, some sharp lyrics. I love the whole thing. I don't know what to say. Every time these guys release something, I'm always impressed. The same as you, Dave. It's going to be, two out of two for me. And every time these guys release, no one always ends up in the top 10s as well. They never ever disappoint. Again, like so many other things, they're not reinventing the wheel, but they don't need to. They're so good at what they do. And if you just want a song that's really well done, well performed, then I think this one too will go off live. There's a big that chorus moment, that part where it's the crowd sing along, clap along kind of thing. That is a great little thing in there. I think it's a cracker of a track. So yeah, I loved every single that I've heard so far. I do want to check out the album. That'll be over the next couple of weeks, but yeah, I like this one a heap. So yeah, cheers, Dave. I was happy to hear this one, and it'll be coming up on a TV broadcast shortly as well.
Dude, listen to the album, man. I don't know how these guys make a power chord sound so dramatic. Everyone uses a fucking power chord, but when they just let a power chord ring,
it's because Eric is very good at what he does, man. Between producing and writing, he's very, very good at what he does. Alrighty, Belle, how'd you go?
Well, I was pretty stoked when I saw that Dave picked this because I can't get enough Eclipse. This song makes me happy from the get-go. I have a smile on my face from the first few chords right through to the end of this song every time, and I've listened to this song a hell of a lot. I cannot sit still while I'm listening to this. It always gets me moving. And I've been listening to this, as I said, for a while, but I only saw the video for the first time yesterday.
It's a fun video.
I remember when I wrote this. It was last week that I wrote this, so yesterday means like last week.
A week ago, yeah.
Yeah, a week ago.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. So
God's fault.
The band just in a room playing the song, but they're obviously just loving being there with each other. Heaps of silliness going on, which made me giggle more than once. I can't decide if I like the song more than the other two singles they've released. It just keeps switching around each time I listen to each song. So I just think, oh, no, this is my favorite. No, this one's my favorite. But based on the three singles, the new album is gearing up to be an absolute banger. There you go. I did write this last week because I've heard the new album, and yes, it is an absolute banger. So, yeah, everyone should listen to it because it's awesome. Love it. I give this a 9 out of 10.
Whoa, there we go. Some high praise there. All right, let's bring it up with Jeff. Let's bring it home. How'd you go?
Yeah. So I'm going to read exactly what I wrote. Okay. So I wrote this down. Hard not to love these guys. Seems that everything they put out has this anthem sound. It really does. I don't know how they do it, but song after song, if it's a formula, they should never stop. It's just a good feel good music that is impossible not to love. I kept it short and sweet. Now I will say, I had to stop the video because I watched the video, and because I'm a big, I look at what musicians are playing, right? And so I'm looking at this guitar, the white guitar that the guitar player is playing, and there's a lot of white Charvels out there, but the pickup orientation on this Charvel was slanted back, and that means that it's a Jakey Lee custom model Charvel, which is my favorite guitar. I've been trying to get a left-handed version of that. That's not $5,000, but good luck to me. That's not going to happen. And that would be like 5,000 US. Yeah. So awesome. So look, it's just a great guitar, and great sound, great band. Like I said, hard not to love it because everything they do is just got this. You just get pumped, and you just want to just keep going from there. And there's my flatmate just come up.
Yeah,
it's just a great song, and I'm looking forward to the album as well. And so I think it's got 5 out of 5. I think Conrad, did he like it? Yeah. So 5 out of 5. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Have you seen them live, man?
No.
Oh man,
I wish.
I've seen them once for an hour at Glamfest earlier this year, just before Wednesday 13.
Yeah.
And Clips and Wednesday 13 were a fucking amazing 2 hours. But the albums are for one thing, but seeing the Clips live,
different.
Row, dead center in front of the singer, I wasn't fucking moving. I was not budging from that spot.
Yeah, and for the record, Eric's a lovely bloke too. Like really lovely guy.
I mean, it does sound very formulaic, and because everything they do has
if it
so
doesn't
much
itch, don't scratch it, man. It's fucking great.
It's actually right. I'm not saying it's bad. Just everything they pump out is just power and just feel good. It's hard to listen to an Eclipse song and go, I feel depressed now, because that just doesn't happen. It's impossible.
No, that's true.
Even going back to their first albums, man, you think, they must be still learning, but they were high from the fucking get go.
Yeah, and they just kept the bar up there the whole time.
They do it. I mean, that's
They're an impressive outfit. They're a very impressive outfit. Michael says, great track. Think Eclipse, very good. Jolie's at work tonight. Okay, but she loves this track too. Nice. Okay, well, say hi to Jolie for us whenever you get a chance to, Michael. Good to see that. Tough says, good workout music. Great finds. Here we go. Adrian says, good track, or cool track, sorry. Michael says, tough workout music, background music for me, pertinent for the album battle later on. So here we go. We're getting shots fired here. Darren says, how many jars of Vaseline, Dave? I don't think any of us.
For an Eclipse album, one for every song. It has to be, man.
Yeah.
Tough says, speaking on all things shit Colin won tonight. I did say that. Num don't care because I'm fucking happy about that one. What do we got here? Jake E. Lee, Aussie and Badlands, great guitar player. There we go.
One of the best. One of the best.
Yeah, underrated, man.
Was awesome. Yeah, Jake E. Lee, solid fucking guitarist. His sound was awesome. There we go, Michael. Alrighty. On to my choice for the week. So in the comments, in the description box, as always, you know what to do. You know, they got to find the tracks, go and check it out. Let us know what you think of it. It's Wicked Envy with Paralysis Demon. It's a new single sent to us by the band directly. It's a Sydney band. So I wanted to give this one some love, as I really did enjoy this one. It's coming up on a TV episode as well. But this one's got like a real dark and brooding kind of feel. But that said, there's some real attack to it as well. I liked how on this song in particular, which is a bit of a contrast, a lot of the other ones here tonight, the bottom end of this one gets really lead this song a lot, and it's a bit different in that regard in the way we're doing things here. Love the lyrics on this one. I love the vocal performance and the vocal layering in that part as well. That really does aid the storytelling of what's going on with the lyrics as well, like this whole dramatic impact between the vocals, the layering, and the lyrics themselves. It's got a lot to say, and it delivers on the impact of it. Another great hook in the chorus with this one. All these songs tonight have that. But this is another song that'll stay with you, and I found myself going back to it over and over again. I love the gear change in it. There's a lot going on in a short little song. There's a lot to take in for this one. I love the blending of sort of innocence and the demon in the same sort of song, that you get this little Jekyll and Hyde kind of feel to it, which is nice. And I don't know, there's just something about the delivery of this song that just got me captivated the whole way through. So not only did the band send it to me, but I fucking loved it. I love the solo in this one as well. The whole song builds to a great little payoff. I know Connor was sort of disappointed that it didn't sort of go where he wanted to go, but I thought it paid off nicely for me. So yeah, I hope everyone else loved it as much as I did. But let's go to Belle first to see how you went.
Yes, I really, really love this song, Andrew. So thank you for putting it up. Thank you, band.
Thank you, band, for sending it in.
Andrew.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's really grown on me over the last couple of weeks now, actually. So from when I first heard, I thought, yeah, this is pretty cool. To fuck, this is a great song. You know, whenever I play through the current listening playlist, I look forward to this coming on. So they have a really great sound, this band. They have this low, beefy tone, but still manage to sound like a rock band and not a metal band, which I think is not insulting to them. I think that they're a rock band.
The drumming has a bit to do with that. The drum fills were,
maybe. The drum was great.
Nice groove.
I like the singer's voice. She's got this youthful attitude, but that's not the main focus of her performance. Her personality comes through, and I love the vocal melody that she's gone with across the entire song. She's got there's good variety there in what she's doing. I would liken her vocal style to singers like Courtney Love or Nina Gordon from Veruca Salt. But maybe even with more attitude than what she would normally put out.
If you like this, well, check out The Last Martyr. Her vocal and Monica's vocal would be a great little comparison point there for you. So if you like this, check out The Last Martyr.
Okay. I won't remember that. So maybe
I'll remind you.
Send that to me. Thank you. The solo was killer. The guitarist rocks in general. Drums and bass were solid. This is a really interesting, well-written song. I'm just reading now. I spun it about 6 times in a row while I was writing this out, and seriously did not get over it. I just liked it more and more each spin. And, you know, as I said, that sort of continued on over the following week as I was listening to it. Love that Aussie bands are kicking ass.
Yes.
These guys are great, and I hope they can jump on and support a touring band, like a big Australian, international, whoever, and get their music out there to a big audience, because I think they'll be really adored really quickly.
Yeah.
Good on them. I'm not going to rate it because we're not doing that. But if I did, I'd give it a 8.5 out of 10.
Nice. I'll take it. I'll always take that. All righty. Jeff, how'd you go?
Look, I just want to say that this band really, really surprised me. I didn't expect them to be this good. Their look kind of didn't come across to me as the way they should sound, right? You have a sort of a preconceived idea the way someone looks, the way a band looks, and then when you hear them, so look, they're tight, they work very well together, and I found that the singer fits the music and lends a surprising amount of lightness to the overall sound, which belies the whole heavy undertones that are there, which is really kind of cool. All up, I found that was a very nice balance. I really liked the song, and I gave it 8 out of 10. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I gave Dave's Eclipse 9 out of 10, but I think I missed that. But 8 out of 10.
Dave's Eclipse. There's a band name for you.
Yeah. But look, just because I gave this 8 out of 10 does not mean that I liked it any less. I think it was
I can block out the
really
sun,
cool. Never heard of these guys before, so I'm going to be obviously looking up and finding more.
They've got a few other tracks out there, Jeff, so go and check them out.
I'm going to have to.
His shit over the blocking out the sun, but anyway.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Dave, over to you then.
Yeah, if anyone's ever wondered how fucked up I am, I keep thinking this band's called Wicked Entry. So I put them away.
Wicked entry. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
Get
Oh,
another
well,
Vaseline.
Envy.
Right.
Wicked Envy. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting song. It's heavy and has a cool groove. Fun song. The lyrics have some bite to them. Cool bass intro, and then the drums and the vocals come in. I like the dynamics of the composition. Every layer adds something extra. There's a lot going on, but at the same time, it's not overdone. It's that fine balance.
Mm.
I like dual vocals. In the chorus, there's that harsh style in the background with the interesting guitar tone. Cool guitar tone. Video is really interesting as well. I like how there's a different color scheme to each different location.
Yep.
The blue light against her purple hair in the hospital scene, that was really cool. It was nice and almost complementary, but it's contrasting at the same time. There's a scene where she's in the ball pit, and it kind of reminds me of a dream sequence in Terrifier 2. And I was a bit confused because I'm still trying to figure that fucking movie out. It just does not. Anyway, there's a demon image just before the green eyes leading into the solo. I thought that was really cool, but I was anticipating it. Just a few seconds before that, like 10 seconds or so, you see it slightly. And on my first view, I'm just like, there's something in that fucking image. And then it pays off later. I'm like, yes, fuck yeah, got it. I got it on the first watch, but I ran it through afterwards a few times. Nice touch. I like when they precede things with these subliminal things. Yeah, interesting band. I'm now following them on Spotify, and as Belle said, I'd like to see these guys be able to open for some big bands, get a lot more exposure. I'm sure Triple M will play them one day. Wishful thinking. But yeah, this was cool.
J might.
Yeah.
No, doubt it.
No,
Doubt it. Not these days.
not these days. Eh?
Really?
Maybe another time.
That's a shame. What happened to them?
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you want to add there, Dave?
Good song.
Cool. Alrighty. Guys, gone Jeff, quite right, man. You are closer to the famous Bell unboxing on stream. Well, we did some already. We may have to do another one.
That happened. And I thought Guy was around for that.
I don't know. Look, I've got 5 more boxes where they came from, and I only did about 10 bells. That's it.
Maybe we'll do some at Christmas, Jeff. Maybe we'll do some near Christmas.
Jeff unboxed the bells, and Bell unboxed Chucky. Try saying that 6 times fast.
That happened. I unboxed Chucky. I was very nervous, but
the little
maybe I'll get another Chucky and I'll unbox him live.
Oh yeah, get them to talk to each other like in the movie. I like to be heard. I like to be heard.
Anyway, all right. Adrian says I went through Paralysis and brought back Nightmares. So there we go. That is a meaningful song.
So did I 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, that's you if you get blind enough, Dave. Michael said, Wicked Envy, awesome. I rated this highly, thought this stacks up very well alongside other international bands from tonight. So there we go.
Cool.
Tuff says, not bad. Now, if I can get my little niece to listen to this instead of Taylor Swift and her relationships songs, then
working on it.
Hey, get the kids involved because that's what we need to do. I would definitely love to see the kids. I think it's a good song for that one, actually. Vinny says, if Lady Gaga were to go metal, I'd expect it to sound like this. Piqued my interest enough to listen to more of them, almost like a modern transmission vamp with more trains getting behind it. Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting little write-up there, Vinny. Nice.
I forgot about transvision vamp.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Jade's all over him. Jade loves the 80s thanks to Stranger Things and Bob the Guy.
There you go. But Tough followed up with, I know a band called Wicked Entry and their song Let My Giggity In, lol. So there we go.
You guys are on the same.
Here we go.
Oh, shit. I'm making friends tonight. My friends are man, baby.
Let's get one more song. Let's go to Belle's choice finally here before we move on to other things. So Belle's choice for this one is Vola with Paper Wolf. There's a link in the description and in the comments now if you're here live with us. But yeah, Vola, Paper Wolf. It's a new single from a band that I don't really know a hell of a lot about, to be honest. So, Belle, I'm going to throw to you to sort of give us any background at all that you might have. Otherwise, just tell us why I picked the song.
I don't have any background at all. I didn't even do any research. But that's more of a time and a forgetting to thing rather than a want to thing. So
I know.
You're like I should now. And I will if I remember. But this is another random YouTube find.
Nice.
Like last week or last fortnight. I never know what style of music I'm going to get when I have when I'm scrolling through my YouTube feed looking for a song of the week. And initially, I actually thought this was a dance song because of the intro. It's quite electronic.
Yeah.
It could easily go into dance, which would have been fine. But because I was searching for a THR song of the week, I almost skipped it. But then the heavy guitars kicked in pretty quickly, and I'm glad that I didn't skip too quickly because, oh my God, this is so good. It's heavy, but somehow isn't heavy. It's light, airy, and melodic, but at the same time, it's intense and loaded. Either way, it grabs you by both ears and does not let go until the very end of the song. And I'm basing these comments off my first listen.
Cool.
It only gets better with subsequent listens. The vocals are smooth and creamy. I can't believe
Really?
Just a mayonnaise reference.
Belle, not the right choice of words for this crowd.
No. Wow. I wasn't even thinking. I was thinking ice cream or yogurt or something, but not.
Yeah, we don't think that shit.
No, I should know better. I wasn't thinking anything clearly when I was writing this.
Peanut butter.
Smooth and creamy, but come on. I'm defending.
Smooth and creamy, but come on.
Tell me I'm wrong. They are smooth and creamy.
No. I get what you're going. I've got a reference that I'll make to that later on. So I get where you're going.
I get that.
I appreciate that. They just sit there and they complement the music perfectly, but they shine in their own right too. The lyrics are poignant, and of course the video portrays the lyrics really well.
Yeah.
The video is just stunning. The footage of the band doing their thing is beautifully filmed and would have made a great clip in its own right. But the story element of the video is what really shines here in terms of the video. A young girl with an obviously unhappy and lonely home life finds joy, solace, and an unlikely friendship in a beautiful forest. The visual contrast between the two worlds is stark and so effective in communicating how she feels when she is in each place. Yep. Did anyone else notice she's wearing a red hood?
I did slightly pick up on that, but I didn't watch the video too closely, so I listened more than I watched.
Video, I couldn't stop watching the video. I mean, I listened to the song as well on Spotify on the playlist, but I just adore the video. It's just beautiful.
Okay. I'll pay it more attention.
Regarding the wolf, at first I took the wolf's role in the story on face value, but now I'm not so sure. In fact, I don't think the wolf is real, at least not flesh and blood. I think the wolf is inside the girl. I think the wolf represents her self-worth, courage, determination. She's tired of being pushed around and is finally standing up for herself. But that's my interpretation anyway. I could be wrong, and
I think you're right.
It doesn't really matter. That's just how I.
Oh, cool. Good insight. Yeah.
The only downside to this song is now I have yet another band to dig into, and am I going to find the time to do that?
We do that. We do that to you.
Yeah. Welcome to our world.
It's a nice problem to have, though.
Stunning, beautiful. I absolutely love this. So 9.5 out of 10. I'm not even sure why that half point is. Okay, fine. I'll give it a 10.
Oh wow!
Cool.
I just adore it. I absolutely adore this song, and I hope you guys liked it too, because I'm very happy I found it.
Cool. Well, let's find out how it went. Jeff, let's go to you next.
Yeah, look, I've never heard of these guys ever, but they are tight as a fish's asshole. They are really good. Nice melodies. There's some nice melodies hidden beneath some pretty complex writing, and I felt that it sometimes songs like that can get over complex and get bogged down. This doesn't happen here, and it doesn't feel heavy laden, and it flows, and that left. For me, it was just like a lasting impression that I really liked, and the song sort of stuck in my head. I didn't go on and on and on and on, but these guys reminded me of a heavier version of Spock's beard. Now, someone mentioned Porcupine Tree, and that's in the same sort of vein. So there's a prog feel here, and I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. So yeah, once again, same thing as Bell. Just more songs that I have to find, time to listen to. 8 out of 10. So I really enjoyed this. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. All right, Dave, over to you.
Thank you, Bill.
Bell. I gotta apologize straight up. I'm not apologizing because it's a crap song. I'm apologizing because this is going to be a very, very long review. This is like Dream Theater territory long review. I'm sorry.
Buckle up, folks.
I'm glad I
get comfortable. Fuck. I watched this video and it was fucking amazing. And my initial impulse was to watch it again. I stopped myself from doing that and I watched it on Spotify. So I could just focus on the song for a while and not be distracted by the video. I'll do the song first. I'll get to the video soon. People that know me will know that I love shit like this.
Yeah.
Very, very cool, heavy guitars that work well against the keyboards. There's an electronic element, but nothing that you wouldn't get from Porcupine Tree. So I was
wondering how you would go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm being more open-minded. You saw my Voyager review, man. But I'm comparing. I get the same level of electronica that you would get in Porcupine Tree and other prog rock bands. So it's not distracting at all. It actually complements what the guitars and the song and the mood is doing. Yep. These lyrics are exceptionally well done. There was some fucking great lyrics in this. And the vocal tone makes them very hypnotic. It just draws you in. The chorus is haunting and instantly memorable. You better watch out. The wolf is coming. Yeah. It's a threatening statement, but it's subtle. And it's a slow build. You can sense there's a build of strength.
And the way it's delivered.
Yeah. It's on the verge of being released. It's a fucking angry, slow build. The first verse is the setup, the second verse is the escalation, and the third verse is the outcome. Like all great storytelling, and it's all done in 4 minutes. In the first verse, you get, I empty my house to flee from chaos. You get the sense that something's not right here. Second verse, we have, I love this lyric, my cigarette ash converts to sparkles. It's fucking beautiful, man. Taking something ugly and converting it to beautiful means you can find something nice in the darkness. It's really great lyrics. In the third verse, we have, I won't drown, I can't hold my head down. The decision to survive and move forward. There is a lot going on musically and lyrically. Once again, all within 4 minutes. I was doing origami with Rory, and I had the current playlist playing, went through Eclipse and everything, came to this. This song starts and Rory says, it sounds like a robot crying, because you got that electronic start thing at the end. I'm just like, I wasn't sure if that was what they were going for, but it was an interesting interpretation that he had, that he got this sad element from that electronic part. It's like, that fits so well.
Yeah.
Last thing on the music, but there's a suggestion on the music video from YouTube there's an on-screen tabs video for this song. Oh, it's on a 7-string, but there's a quad cortex effect to it to pitch it down 5 semitones to a F-sharp standard. That's fucking heavier than Korn. But you're not actually detuning your guitar anymore. You're using an effect to take that pitch down. Well, it's gone fucking nuts. This is interesting, but I'm going to have to look into that shit. Okay, music video. I love music videos that tell a story through imagery that supports and builds upon the story of the song. And this is brilliant. So we got to go over this video. I'm sorry, but we're going to fucking detail this. We open with an apartment complex. You get people and lives stacked on top of each other. And you get this color from the image of the sky that drains to an almost black and white. Color contrast is very important in this video. Now the band comes in backlit with images of a forest projected upon them, anticipation of stuff to come. Nice start. Now the story starts. We get the girl making a paper mask in her bedroom, soft white tones with our hero, and there's an apple on her desk. The apple will pay off later. Contrasted to the red lighting and deep shadows of the villain, which we'll assume is her dad. Dad, who knows, but he's the villain. It pulls back from the apartment complex. One more reminder, there are many stories that go on behind closed doors. Nobody gives a fuck. Pay attention, people. It's okay to speak up. Now, there's a stark contrast to the vibrant light green of the forest. It's escapism. This is obviously, to me, inside her mind, her own place, her own creativity. But she got her in a room making a mask, This is where she goes to, her escape, her happy place.
Mm.
Even in this bright place, we have darkness. We have this cave into which she throws stones, and then the apple. The apple's a nice device because so much children's literature has an apple. It's purity and innocence, and you take this to your dark place. Stones don't work, so she throws the apple, which we saw on their desk earlier. It's provoking the darkness, perhaps, but it's building strength, finding strength within the darkness, which she does. We meet the wolf, a friend or protector, but obviously, to me, her alter ego. The wolf has a mask. He doesn't need a mask. She has a mask. It's white. The wolf is black. He has a black mask. It's a nice visual contrast, but it also, as I assume, is portraying her alter ego, her strength. Now we're back home in the abusive environment. The father destroys the mask. The wolf is gone. No, he's not. He's still here, stronger than ever. Much like throwing stones and apples into the darkness, you can tear up the light as much as you want before it will fight back. That's the story I get from this. I think it's fucking amazing. This video is brilliant. The song is brilliant. The performance videos are cool and all, but when bands actually take the time to make a short story, a short film that complements and builds upon what they've done lyrically, this is just pure fucking art. And I love stuff like this. Belle, you were on a fucking roll. Do not disappoint me next week. 2 weeks ago, we had pure horror, slasher, slice and dice. This is deep shit. I love this. So you can only go down from here, but I hope you continue to bring brilliant stuff to this because, fuck, man, this was amazing. 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Musically and visually, this was amazing.
Wow. Nice job.
There we go.
Thanks, Dave.
I'm going to watch this video again, I think.
Awesome.
No, I didn't watch it, period. I haven't watched it. I had it on
much in there to work with.
Guys.
I'm sorry, Bill, but I listen
more
more than I
attention,
watch to everything in general. So that's
why I got it from the first time I watched the video and had to focus on the song. So I spent a few days with the song so I can get that and then go back to the video.
Yeah, Andrew, definitely.
I'll definitely watch the video. Don't worry about that. I'll have to go and check it out now. Just regarding the song, I don't know what else I can really add to what's been said now. It's like it's been. I agree with everything. I agree with everything being said. I think it's a fantastic song. It's, I think, in a way, fitting to run this after Wicked Envy. It kind of tails nicely one into the other.
Yeah, that was a good video too.
This one though, it's got a bit more of a new metal feel in some respects, but there's just a lot of layers to this song, and you can hear that. I don't have the same in-depth analysis here, but it's just that the layering, the depth of it all is definitely present. And what I found great in this one was all the tones on it. Like, there's great guitar tone. The tones across it are so well balanced. The mixing was phenomenal. But the groove, I liked the groove, but also how the syncopated synth work over the top was a really nice addition to the whole song as well. But in amongst all this stuff, like there's, the darkness and that new metal tone, like Dave mentioned, detuned, quote unquote, the whole thing is. So it's down there in the tones and that. But in amongst that, what they've done by doing that is given a mid-range vocal the ability to soar over these notes. Yeah. And to me, it's got a very much a LeJean Witherspoon from Seven Dust kind of a feel to it. If you like the slower stuff that LeJean has done, then you're going to get a real kick out of this song in particular, because it's a heavy song, but not a frantic song. There's a lot of weight to it without a lot of riffing going on. That softer touch that the vocals bring, the way it was mixed and blended, and the way it's sort of slightly back a bit and all that kind of stuff, and how it's not forcing its way to make the impact is what brings the impact of the vocals and the lyrics in its own way, because just a soft sort of, here's the story, we're just going to tell it and narrate it without really, like, there's lots of emotion in it, don't get me wrong, but they're not trying to make it the center of your attention. It's the whole story becomes the center of your attention that way. And I think that's worked really, really well to make this song stand out in a crowded world in this sort of music that a lot of it can be glossed over pretty easily. This song definitely stands out in all the right ways. Great hook in the chorus. You can hear that chorus. You better watch out, the wolf is coming over and over again. Just so you can hear it straight away in your head. I love the lyrics across it as well. Like I said, I don't have the same in-depth analysis as so much other people have here, but just the way it was put together, the layering and how many layers there are in the song itself, just as a pure textural thing, along with the meaning and the emotive weight of it all. phenomenal stuff to listen to. So, Belle, I loved it to bits. I think it was a fantastic song. So well done again. So there we go. We're all getting there. The only contentious one tonight was Conrad's choice.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Any crap one, you mean? I mean, I didn't say that.
No, okay. All right, let's go to the audience. Rowan digs it, so he's gone, I dig it. Then Adrian said, I love the track, very creative, which is cool. Tuff says, you lot should play a game of sexual innuendo Scrabble and get it out of your system. That'll never happen.
I was playing Scrabble with my kids the other night. I got in trouble. Dad's like, kids are like, stop doing bad words, Dad.
Yeah. Sounds like my life.
Okay, Belle. Radio.
Apparently, Wang is wrong. You shouldn't be doing words like that.
Oh my god. Okay.
Wow.
Actually, Rowan's got a good one here too. Makes me think a little of Leprous. I could see myself listening to an album of this. That's actually a good comparison as well from Rowan.
Don't know them.
Yeah, check them out. Vinny says, I love Belle storytelling here. My peanut butter is melting, and what did the wolf do next?
What big teeth you have.
Oh, wow. Anyway, Michael said that on the flip side, this track doesn't do it for me at all. It need to be a bit heavier for me. Rowan said, though, Spock's Beard, Porcupine Tree, Leprous has a quality list of comparisons. There we go. Adrian's laughing at Dave. Tuff says,
doesn't everyone?
Yeah, well, that's part of the fun. A bit too nice metal-wise, but it's trying. Mind you, I heard my washing machine rattling and banging, and I started head banging. So there we go. Tuff's on his own little bit, always.
What goes on at your place, man?
I don't know, but a lot of Vaseline.
I've been there. Yeah.
Darren says, I've only listened to this a couple of times. A lot going on here, really impressive. So there we go. Adrian said, great review, Dave, as well. But Adrian also notes a lot of these newer bands use a lot of keyboards. I actually don't mind that, but the way they're using it is intelligent, and that's what's the cool thing about it these days. So it's a complementary piece, not an overpowering piece, which I think is very important overall. But yeah, a lot of the composition on this song in particular, exceptionally complimentary. So yeah, like I was saying before, Belle, good choice. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you,
Andrew. All right. Welcome. Time for a quick hot topic. We won't go too long on this. I think if anyone's seen the post, you'll have seen the comments, and fucking everyone's had their opinion on this for fucking days now. But we are going to quickly talk about while Dave ducks out to get more drink or go to a toilet or one both. But anyway, we're going to talk about Kiss performing for halftime at the AFL Grand Final coming up at the end of September. I put the post up, not really thinking a lot of it when I put it up, and it just went off. Like, that has been one of the most interactive posts we've put up for quite some time, to be honest. It's hit.
I'm going to read it.
More people than I didn't put much in it, but the comments going back and forth in that were just insane. I do want to say that when you see something like this come up, have your say, by all means. But there were some people that I did pull up. Not going to name names, but just don't go, if you disagree with what someone else says, you don't need to go to their comment and directly start, throwing shit around. It's just
flaming wars.
Let's try and make it like, have your opinion. I've got no problem with that, but let's not try and start a shit fight. I don't need the notifications, but two, it's just a case of what are we accomplishing here? We can all have opinions and debates, discussions, try to keep it like intense because it's emotional and it means something to you, but at least take the personal stuff out of it and just sort of, have your opinion and be kind to each other while expressing it. That's my little soapbox moment there. But let's see. Just hopefully people have been keeping their eye on this one at all. Now, I'll go first this time around on the hot topic. Now, for me, it's a neither here nor there sort of debate. Like, I think that if you ever wanted to get Kiss to do it, now was the time. You were never going to get them after this year. It was just not going to happen. They were here. Yeah. I think the timing lined up, all that sort of stuff. Now, I know that people are going to talk about Australian bands, and I'll get to that in a second. But putting Kiss on, seriously, you can put Kiss on and they could play backing tracks and not even perform live, and I don't think anyone would really care because people just want to see. I think that is a great environment for that band to play. It'll be interesting to see them in daylight versus twilight or nighttime. That'll be the twist in the tale. But I just think that for me, Kiss playing the AFL Grand Final from a business sense, just from purely, you got to think that the AFL in Australia are trying to compete for ratings against all the other codes. But not only that, they're trying to grow the brand internationally. There's a lot of, I know people don't like Collingwood, but you got Mason Cox who's from America originally. He's been doing a lot of promotional work over in the States to, build up the AFL over there. So having Kiss perform the halftime here will help get eyeballs on the sport over in the United States as well. So it's a whole thing business-wise, growing the brand, growing the awareness. I completely understand why the AFL did it. Now to the common criticism that I saw, and that is, don't we have enough Australian bands? Absolutely we do. I have bands in my head that would kick the absolute living shit out of Kiss doing the halftime show, and I would stand by that statement 100 times over. The trouble we have in this country is that when it comes to big business, big profile events, you got to cross over to the mainstream enough to make it worth your while. People want to go to an event to have a good time. And the AFL itself, the grand final, is a much more corporatized event than it is a fan event. For those following the sport, the preliminary final is the one where the fans get their, they're saying things or their game. The grand final itself is much more of a who's got the most money goes to the show kind of thing. Yeah. So in that world, Kiss makes perfect sense. Now, when it comes to Australian bands, yes, we have the talent. Absolutely, undeniably. I'd love to see bands like Airborne as a case in point take the stage. AC/DC could do it. But and you've got a whole plethora of younger ones. Don't get me wrong, I'm not forgetting those ones too. There's a whole plethora of them there. But the problem we have here is the same problem we've had since the day this show started and beyond that. And that is that media coverage does not do the arts in this country any fucking justice. And if you want an Australian band to get up and take center stage, the reason why the only Australian bands have been like bands like Jet and John Farnham and Jimmy Barnes and all, like all those household names, is because they're the ones that got radio play and TV coverage. Without that, no matter how good a young band coming through is, they're not going to get to perform at what is amounting to a corporate event because it's not going to cross over to the mainstream and get enough eyeballs. Yes, you could say the AFL could do their bit and play more upcoming artists, but it's not their duty to do so. I know people might like to think differently, but they're a business at the end of the day. They're trying to make money, and they're going to do whatever the hell they're going to do to make the most money they possibly can. So for me, yes, we have the talent, but we need to overhaul the media landscape in this country a lot more. And if we feel as individuals that there are bands who would much rather see play the grand final, then I'll probably put this up as a post at some point. But let's actually start all of us on our own time, on our own pages, promoting the bands we love so much, because then and only then can we have a shot in hell of getting these bands to be enough notice that, a company like the AFL, and remember it's a business, will possibly stand up and take notice and go, actually, let's put these guys on because they will cross over, as opposed to just ignore them because, one, they haven't heard of them, and two, if they haven't heard of them, the rest of the population watching the show probably hasn't heard of them either. There's a reason why the NFL Super Bowl halftime show has the biggest artists in the world every single year. All these shows are designed to have a big pop, not to promote someone else's work. It's about the brand and the event on the day itself. That's my rant. Who's next? Let's go to Dave. Kiss playing the
Alrighty. Fuck yeah. Okay. Football sport, I don't give a fuck. I could not care less. I love Kiss. I understand the criticism behind them recently. Everyone can just say they play the backing tracks, but it's obvious Paul has a live mic. I went to see them last year. He's still singing. He's got a backing track for some support. Right or wrong, the guy's 70 years old. He was one of the greats, so fuck off with the criticism. I will get that out of the way. If it was all backing tracks, he would sound a lot better. 2, Red Hot Chili Peppers, who everybody fucking loves, got busted for miming at the fucking American shit that they play 10 years ago. Where's the difference? They're a lot younger than Kiss. Where's their excuse? Okay, much like what Andrew said, I don't know why people are so pissed off at Kiss, because it's really the way of the world at the moment. We have so many great Australian bands that we could say, but I can guarantee that everybody on this panel, everybody tuning into the stream, and everybody who commented on the page, music is your life. We can't see the forest through the tree. The average person that goes to the grand final, they don't give a fuck. They listen to Triple M. A friend of mine described Triple M as music for people who like sports. I think that is spot on.
That's actually pretty good.
People who like music 30 years ago who haven't listened to a new fucking album in 30 years. That's the average fucking sports fan. Nobody gives a shit about new music unless you're on the stream, you're watching, you're commenting on the page. We're the passionate people. The only way that's going to change is if you grab your neighbor, your friend by the throat and say, listen to this fucking band. Okay, the reason I'm doing this show is because I would get arrested if I stood outside schools and handed out CDs. And then kids would be like, what the fuck is this? What am I supposed to do? But for my entire life, I've been ramming new music down people's throats, and the average person doesn't give a fuck. But I will continue to try. That's what you want to do if you want a decent fucking band to perform at the AFL or whatever. AFL, VFL, fucking football. AFL. It sucks. Sorry, but yeah, there's a halftime show, and Kiss are in the country. They're doing you a favor. Stop crying like a little bitch. And if you're there, enjoy it, because Kiss are fucking done. And that breaks my heart, like Aerosmith next year. Yeah. But yeah, it's a shitty situation. And like Andrew said, fucking Airborne would nail it. But if Airborne played, half the people would be going to the drink stand. That's the reality of the situation. Nobody knows who Airborne is in this country, even though they headline fucking festivals all through Europe, all through America. It sucks. That's the way it is.
So, context, remember, they were a ring-in on the last download.
Yeah.
In the festival here, they were a ring-in at the last minute. So that's where they're held in Australia.
Yeah, I didn't get to see download, but a mate of mine went. He's like, fucking Airborne, they're so good.
I was there.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, because they basically replaced Ozzy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's my bitch. So moving on.
All righty. Up next, we have Jeff. All right.
Yeah, look, I agree with everything that's been said so far. I don't, look, it's not Kiss's fault that they've been chosen.
They were just offered a boatload of money to play a show.
Yeah, that's right. And they're going to be here anyway. They're in the country, so why the fuck not, right? So,
man, I wish they were playing a fucking show in Melbourne, not Sydney. Sydney sucks.
Yeah, but
yeah, Jade's become a massive fan. She wants to go see him, but I'm not flying to Sydney.
Yeah, that's harsh.
Look, I that's the one band that I've never seen, that I've wanted to, is on my list. And when they were coming and announced and stuff, at the time, it was just like, I couldn't really get anybody that really wanted to go with me. So
I didn't go on your own. Man, there's nothing wrong with going to a concert on your own.
I know. And I've done that. I wanted to see Dream Theater, and nobody would go, so I bought my friends tickets to go, and they had no interest in Dream Theater. Afterwards, they enjoyed it.
I went to Dream Theater on my own. Ended up having a cool conversation with a guy next to me who'd seen them in Queensland, Sydney, and 2 times in Melbourne.
Yeah,
like, dude, you're more committed than I am. Fucking.
It was Pain of Salvation opened up to see, and that was
interesting.
Yeah.
At the Palais.
Yeah,
that was
good. Yeah.
And I was like 10 rows from the front. That was
I was pretty cool.
We're getting off topic.
I know. Look, we could do that. We just
it's pretty fair. Say the DT word, and
I just think that
me and Jeff will play with
what you guys said. It's a band that is high profile. It doesn't get much more high profile than Kiss. What's you laughing at?
Dave and his remarks. Don't worry, watch it later on.
I'll have to watch it later.
Watch it later on.
Just fucking choke on my drink.
Oh, right.
You're laughing at yourself,
It doesn't get much higher.
Because you're the only person who got it.
I ignored you,
so
Dave.
I was
shutting up.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Look,
I'm gonna.
My point is very simple. Like they're a high-profile band. Andrew's absolutely right. Dave, you're absolutely right. Why are people losing their fucking minds? Look, I don't know the story why Crowded House.
I understand and appreciate the
couldn't play or didn't play.
Yeah.
I do too. Yes, and you're absolutely right. There are Australian bands that could absolutely wipe the floor, but the problem is you said, nobody knows them, right? Unless it's like Johnny Farnham, or Jimmy Barnes, or somebody like that. Fuck, man. I mean, there's a lot of great Aussie acts, but are there any Aussie acts that are bigger than Kiss? I don't think so. Maybe AC/DC. They'd be up there. I mean, it's got to be close to that.
Would definitely be up there,
Yeah. So, Kiss is pretty damn big, right? And they're a household name as well. They're going to get a lot of people that maybe who were pissed off that they couldn't get tickets to see them. Now they're going to be able to watch them at the halftime show.
Yeah.
So there's that. Look, fuck it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Simple.
That's the thing. You can move on. The funny thing for me is because my team's in the finals at the moment. If Collingwood actually make it to the grand final, I'm going to try and get to Melbourne to go to the game. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll try. But if I get to go to that, I'll get to see Collingwood in the grand final, and I'll get to see Kiss play the halftime show. So for me, I've never seen Kiss before. That'd be a win-win all around for me.
Dude, Nice.
Yeah, that's a big if. There's a lot to play between now and then, but that would be my ideal outcome. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. Sorry, Jeff, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, I was done.
Yep.
I said what I wanted to say, and
right.
it was like short and sweet. I just don't have a problem with it. So,
all right, Belle, over to you. Any thoughts?
I don't have many.
Yeah.
On this subject. I think it's great. I love it. I probably wouldn't have watched the grand final, but I will now. At least I'll watch, the opening entertainment, and then I'll probably turn it off because the Bombers aren't going to be in it. So I give a shit who wins or what happens. So I have probably more questions than comments, actually. Like, how many songs will they play? Will they be in full costume? Will they do the cliche thing like put on one of their Guernseys or wrap a scarf around their necks like, bands usually do?
I don't think this will do the cliche scarf wearing thing. I don't think that'd happen, but I reckon they'll go full makeup. They'll have some pyro and they'll probably just play a mini set of greatest, just like a half dozen songs.
I really hope so, because that'd be fun. Look, I think it's great. I think anyone who's going will get a treat. Like they're just there'll be so many people there who aren't actually Kiss fans, but hopefully Kiss fans will be born and Kiss will live on.
Yes, more Kiss.
Yeah, like let's just. They're going away, so this is a great way for them to.
Now I'm sad. I started the stream saying,
I don't think
Kiss
Kiss is going away. That's the thing.
Sad. It's sad, but it's it happens. So I think it's great, and I didn't know about this post, and I was just scrolling through. Then there's like 300 and something comments on this post. I
It's
can believe
gone
it.
off. Yep.
It went. I got through the first 10 or so. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm getting a sense.
I've seen a lot of pro and a lot of con, and but there's been a lot of anger about, don't we have Australian bands good enough? And that's basically
Well, yeah, we do, but there are more grand finals to come that they can play at. Kiss aren't going to be around doing what they do then around the time that they're touring here. So I'm happy. Like, we should be glad that we've got them playing in our grand final.
That's a good point of view as well, actually. Yeah. Because it was never
so.
going to happen after this year. You'd never get it after this year.
No, we should all.
Not with the original members.
No.
I think this will live on. They will.
Yeah,
we've had two imposters in the band for the last 20 years. What's another two more?
Hey, Eric Singer was in the band previously.
Here we go.
I know, but I'm just saying that they were just getting everybody ready for what's coming.
Let's stay on topic.
Yeah.
I'll shut up.
Sort of on topic, but yeah, no, I think it's a good thing. And yes, I get that AFL are a business, and it's incredibly good for them to whatever. Like, it's as long as as long as most people are happy, then that's okay, right? Yeah. You can't please everyone. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people who aren't happy about anything. So I think as long as the majority of people are all for it, then great. So,
all right,
cool.
Let's see what we got in the comments then. More comments, obviously, on this sort of idea. Tuff says, Wang means king or prince in China, depending on how we treat it. I'm not surprised. Okay, there we go.
Everybody Wang chunks.
Okay.
That's what I was
Rowan says, not going to name names, Dave implied. No, that wasn't Dave. Adrian says, I love Kiss. My first concert. They're old now. They can still put on a great show. So there we go.
Yeah, they can.
As divisive as it has been, I'm still more invested in the final series. Ultimately, my popcorn is ready in case Collingwood choke. You can pipe down, Chachi. Michael says, apparently Angry couldn't get the Batmobile started this year. That is one of the worst performances of all.
Oh, that was,
that was so bad.
Bound for glory. He was bound for glory, all right.
Yeah. Tuff says, the way some teams treated this year, cough Adelaide, I don't really care. The AFL are sellouts with all their pretending to be family friendly. Now, Adelaide did get a rough deal. They did get a very rough deal. They should be in the finals. Flip says, I can understand the business crap, but it's time to invest in our bands, make Australia great again. Lol. I get that, but that's more of a media problem than an AFL problem. Adrian says the Grammys, and Tuff says Dave is right. Dave is correct.
I know.
Darren says
yes, 2 in a row. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was
that
good.
download show. Dave's going to get a bigger ego. Darren said that download show Airborne fucking nailed it. They absolutely did. That was so good. It's just such a shame they were so early.
Yeah.
Adrian says you need to see them one time before you die. Well, that will be hopefully the plan. Michael says Kiss and Alice Cooper both must see before you die. Alice Cooper
Yes.
has seen.
Yes.
Alice Cooper
Alice,
is phenomenal.
I guess I'm going to be
Alice
dead.
Been
before
Alice a
I
few
see her.
times.
Yes, but
Man.
not Alex.
You haven't seen Alice?
Alice is so fucking good.
Alice is so
I
good.
know you would be. I'd love
Alice
to.
is great.
phenomenal.
89.
He's never disappointed.
Yeah.
And you know what? I can't wait for Julia to read these comments. It said Dave is right 2 times in a row. So, fuck, yeah, read this.
Get it tattooed.
Hey, you're going to clip that and put it on your fridge at home, aren't you? Tuff says Triple M.
That's a great fucking idea, man.
Already.
Triple M. Our shit, yes.
Adrian says Kiss, a rock and roll royalty, which is true.
Yep.
Darren says it's all about the profile. Who doesn't know who Kiss are? That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's all about butts in seats. Rowan said AC/DC are almost as big as Kiss. It takes a long time to get that big because it's a long way to the top, and that's a very good point as well from Rowan. Michael says, yeah, Andrew, maybe grand final Carlton College. Now that would be the AFL soggy dream come true. All right, I'll tell you that right now.
No, it's going to be Collingwood and St Kilda.
Yeah, not Collingwood.
Nah.
St Kilda. Adrian says, I met Paul and Jim before they put their makeup back on. Oh, wow, there you go. Tom says, at least put a band before them that is somewhat known. Yeah, maybe not. They do have opening acts, so we'll see what happens. Adrian says, spit blood, blow fire. We'll see what happens if they do. And then Darren says, isn't it a 90-minute set? Might be something like that. It is a longer halftime, I guess. So, yeah, probably about right. So they might get a few more songs in that, well, I think.
Vinny Vincent to say all those guys can get fucked.
We
That's
moved.
what I was waiting for him to say.
Dave dropped out for a second, so I don't know what happened there.
I'm back. I think it moved.
Yeah. Vinny says, oh, you're a long-suffering Bombers fan like myself, Bell. Just building my time from back to 2004. Want to hop in.
I'm still back in 99 for the preliminary final.
You
I'm
guys
confused and
do know there's an
disorientated.
page out there that counts the days that Essendon haven't played a final in, right?
No.
That's actually a thing. That's fucking cruel. What do we got here? Guy says Kiss left the mark everywhere. Probably band with the most merch. That is absolutely true.
They invented merch.
And Darren's gone to Circle of Life, which again is more true. And then there we go. Michael says, I don't want Kiss to go away, but Collingwood, they could go away, please. Well, you can.
Can we trade Collingwood for Kiss?
No. Tuff says, your channel should be mainstream TV. Fuck off with the Project Knowledge reality TV programs. Hey, I'd love that.
There we go.
Can you imagine us on mainstream TV? Fucking
we'd be banned.
We'd be cancelled in half an hour.
Andrew, you've seen the way I introduce clips. Can you imagine us on Channel 9?
The Heartbeat Show. Beep, beep,
they wouldn't know what to do with this, man. They would not know what to do with this. There's a long story there. Adrian says, stop it. Kiss is one of the best bands ever appreciated while they're still around. That's true. Got imposters. Is there a Kiss conspiracy, Jeff? I don't know about that. What Tuff says, that would be a great start introducing metal to the peeps. Possibly. Sally says, I'm a Kiss fan and I'm going to be unhappy they're playing, and I'm not going to be unhappy. Sorry, I'm pretty sure they won't fuck up like Meatloaf did. I can think of Aussie bands I'd prefer Rival Sons one, but yeah, cool. And that's the thing too. It is just one of those things that Kiss fans are going to be happy, and most people are going to know the song. So I think that's just what it's going to be. At the vibe. Terrence says, I only use YouTube and Discord. That's there as well. Vinny says, thankfully, it's not Delta Goodrum and Guy Sebastian would rather inhale CO2 of 10,000 attendees.
Not Delta Goodrum, but Guy Sebastian can blow it.
Tuff says, David's right.
Delta Goodrum, I had no interest though.
David's right.
David's right.
There we go.
She's a talented musician.
Michael has had a few wines now. Dave is a wise man. If you guys get
I love
TV, I get digs on Dickie Knee gigs. So there we go. There's Vinny can be a Dickie Knee. And Rowan says, I would love Dave to host Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah, fuck you, Eddie Maguire.
Oh, hey, you know who he is. Well done. All right. One more order of business to get through tonight, and that is our King of the Riff segment here. We're trying to get into okay, I don't know what's going on in commentary. What have we got here? So we got Crashdiet versus King Diamond tonight. This is round 4. of our King of the Riff series. So in the comments now, I'm going to put, there's reference tracks in the description box, but just in case you need them, in the comments now, there's Crashdiet, Riot in Everyone, and King Diamond Sleepless Nights as your reference tracks there to go and check out. But yeah, like I was saying, this is round 4. We have 9 rounds of this, so we're getting to about the halfway mark, slowly but surely. Yeah, this is the 3rd seed versus the 6th seed. It's Crashdiet Rest in Sleaze versus King Diamond Conspiracy. We already know from Conrad before he left that he's going to go with Crashdiet, so we're just going to get that one out of the way as it is. So that's one down. Let's go. Let's get into it. We know the deal now. One album goes home, one album goes on to the next round, and Dave, you're going to kick us off.
All right.
Oh, okay. Right. Crashdiet, Rest in Sleaze. If you don't know, I'm a massive Crashdiet fan.
You are.
This band was my saving grace. I thought this type of music was dead and gone. But after discovering Crashdiet, it opened a whole new gateway to the European glam sleaze rock revival. It's alive and well these days. When is grunge having its revival? Hey, not happening. Fuck you. Take your flannies and fuck off. High energy, big riffs, solos, fuck you attitudes, songs about sex, partying, and the less desirable aspects of society. Lots of criticisms too, like toxic masculinity, sexist, and my favorite, peacocking. There's nothing fucking pee about it, bitch. While it's all upbeat and fun, there is a sense of danger and menace within the lyrics as well.
A sense of danger in you on the show.
Fucking yeah. Hey, you said you'd never fire me, man. So
I know, I won't.
regret those words.
You'd have to monumentally fuck up, man. And I don't think it's
man.
Julia will keep you in check anyway.
This is music for underdogs, and it's people who don't take life too seriously, but it's people who are going to go higher than what they were born into. You deal the shit hand, but it's like, fuck you. I'm going to be better than what I am. There are some cool lyrics throughout this. Like, you're a sex bomb, love machine, 69 shots of gasoline. That's the shit right there. That's everything that I'm about. Now, I mentioned at the start of the show that we drove down the tour, and this was one of the songs I put on the playlist for the drive. So my day, I can play whatever the fuck I want. And I was embarrassing the shit out of Julia as I'm singing these lyrics. But like, I've been singing a bit recently. I knew I was. I'm not supposed to say stories, but Andrew's heard this one before. Okay, so I've been I'm going to get sidetracked. I'm sorry, but I've been relearning solos from Guns N' Roses recently, like Estranged. So I'm in my own little world. I got Estranged playing on my phone, and I'm singing along. And my kids, I realize, are staring at me. And Rory's like, "Mom, Dad's singing."
Yeah.
Julie comes out the other room and she's like, "Yeah, I heard." Julie's like, "Why aren't you selling out stadiums?" I'm like, "I'm not Axel." He's like, "You could be. You're a public nuisance. I'll buy you a kilt." I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. It'd be handy for the ball waxing party.
God, here we go.
Wow, here we go.
Okay, back to Crashdiet, because they're like the modern day Guns N' Roses. I think these guys were probably conceived while their parents were listening to Use Your Illusion, which can only be a good thing. But if you think how old they are, that's probably very true. There are some questionable lyrics on this. One of my favorite is from a song called Needle in Your Eye. It's on the tip of my tongue, and I feel how it's coming now.
Okay.
Dude, you need people to proofread your shit. I should be one of these people that proofread shit just for smart. Okay.
Anyway.
There is a market there. This is a good job. It can happen. Okay, songs like Breaking the Chains and Riot and Everyone. It's the type of infectious rock anthem that nobody was doing in 2005. That shit died in the 80s. And discovering this band when they released the Savage Playground album in 2013, that was fucking biblical for me. It's just like, thank you. Finally. Fucking yeah. In case people don't know, this shit is right up my alley. Yeah. However.
Oh, your lights just went out, Dave.
Oh, yeah, no. I know.
There we go.
Now, the Savage Playground was my introduction to this band, Simon Cruz era. But I like the Unattractive Revolution with the Reckless Love singer. And I like the current era of Crashdiet. I'll say it straight up. This is my least favorite Crashdiet album. Okay, it might be sacrilege.
Okay.
But speaking of sacrilege, time for fucking King Diamond. Now, as much as I love the fun and brightness of glam metal, we have the other side of the coin. The other side of my dark and twisted psyche, my twisted personality, the dark side of everything to do with horror and gothic storytelling and twisted humor. Conspiracy. The sequel to them build upon the stories and the characters. An album that almost opens and closes with the perfect soundtrack of everything that's creepy for a creepy horror score. At the gates and let it be done. Not exactly the last song, but kind of bookends. Creepy atmosphere. That's what I fucking love. And so much happens in that first 9 minutes of At the Gates. Sets the characters, sets the story up nicely. And it's all about raising the dead. And that's always fun, especially with the lyrics like, rise, rise, my friends.
Yes.
How fucking cool is that? Guitar riffs and solos are as intricate and interesting as you would expect from early King Diamond, but perhaps a little restrained compared to Abigail and them. And King Diamond himself overall seems a little subdued in his vocals. He doesn't hit those really, really high notes that make people I know a lot of people are just like, I can't listen to King Diamond. He does it too high. I love that shit on Abigail. Abigail's fucking fantastic. So he seems to have reined it in a little bit for this album. There are some beautiful moments as well, like the intro to A Visit from the Dead. Now, The Wedding Dream. There's an awesome solo and some trade-offs in that song. This is where the truly horrific part of the story comes into the play. Nobody wants to think about their therapist marrying their mother. Now, this is where it gets fucked up. Okay. Yep. Now, if you think all those times during the sessions where, tell me about your mother, and then you move on to other things. That's good. Like, yes, tell me some more about your mother. I want to hear more about your mom. Tell me about what your mom does. Keep talking about your mother. And then you find out he's been fucking your mom and he's going to marry her. And you think back to this like, what the hell were you thinking about while I'm trying to unfuck my head? Something seriously screwed up there. Now, King Diamond, I love your subtle twist of humor. Maybe I'm the only person who gets this idea, but I like it. Now, there's even a part of the song Lies where he says, I'm thinking of your mother. King should have shoved that stethoscope right down your fucking throat. Then think about my mom.
Oh, wow.
The story finishes up with a local priest persecuting King, who claims that he's possessed by Satan just because he's a little bit different. So he's put into a coffin and burned alive. That's lovely behavior from the God Brigade. You don't solve your problems like that.
Yeah.
But King vows to return and haunt them all. Awesome story, all executed through lyrics and music. But similar to Crashdiet, out of the first 5 King Diamond albums, this is probably my least favorite. Not to say it's bad, I just think he's done better with other projects. So this is a really odd matchup this week.
Yeah.
Both 2 great bands. Neither album is their best work, in my opinion. You can say this comes down to the light and darkness again. But it's not that clear cut, because there's plenty of darkness in the Crashdiet album with their lyrics. While there is some humor in the King Diamond album. So Crashdiet is based in reality. King Diamond's fantasy based. It's all fun. It's all part of my twisted psyche. But out of the 2 albums, it's going to come down to one song, and it comes down to that Sex Bomb Love Machine, 69 shots of gasoline. I think that's the shit right there, so I'm going Crashdiet.
Wow.
Okay.
There we go. That's what decided it, the song. Okay, cool.
One song. That was it.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever works, man. You've got to find a dividing line. And
I had to find something, and I really couldn't. I literally have nothing written down 2 weeks ago. I didn't have a pick.
Alrighty. Let's see if this goes the way I think it might go, because I think Belle has been a little disappointed thus far, but let's see if I'm right, because Belle, you're going next.
Oh, what, you think that's not a spoiler? All right.
You said
and this wasn't
a spoiler alert, so I'm just like,
I could have been bluffing.
You could be.
See. We'll see. All right. So I don't really want to follow up, Dave. That was cool. And I'm not turning off the light.
No.
Go on.
That was a nice touch, Dave. That was a
I
nice
actually
touch.
tried to plan this so I could have both hands up and turn it off with my toe, but I fucked it up.
Well, we all thought that your lighting died.
Yeah, I thought your lighting blew. So
that worked perfectly then.
Touch. It worked.
Yeah,
nice.
it was really cool.
Thank you, Satan.
Oh God.
You get like you got a light like underneath. You could have like shining up. That would be just freaky as fuck.
Yeah. Like when you tell a ghost
yeah, exactly
story.
that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
in the
cool.
dark, Dave, that would be. Yeah.
Man, you've never seen me in the dark.
I don't want to. I don't want to either.
And you never will.
Vaseline tissues. Yeah, no.
It's actually really creepy.
Man, there's no tissues when it comes to me, man. You're just gonna have.
Just gonna have.
Where
to
are you going with that?
Back to purity.
Anyway, Belle, please continue.
Let Belle speak.
I haven't even started.
I know.
I know.
Okay, I will start though. I will start with Crashdiet, Rest In Sleaze. This is very much glam. Oh, sorry, I should say that I hadn't heard this before. Now, so this is very much glam. Definitely also has that European hard rock sound as well.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, for the first few songs of the album, you get one more glam sounding song and then a more hard rock sounding song. It's almost turn for turn.
Yep.
It actually mixed things up nicely for me, made it easier to digest. The songs are fun, which is what you want from this type of band. Nothing overly complicated. The lyrics are a bit silly at times, but that's fine. I was not 100% convinced with the vocals. I mean, they were fine, but just a bit yelly and not particularly strong. But look, they did the job. I could hear so many influences in these songs to the point, in some cases, where a certain riff or a bit of vocal sounded exactly like another song. I'm thinking Guns N' Roses. I could hear a Sweet Child of Mine riff in there, and definitely Motley Crue. I didn't write down the song that. Anyway, there was I think 10 Seconds to Love. The start of the song sounded like the start of that song. Did anyone else get that?
I get the vibe, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, I like this album, but I didn't love this album. Would it be up there in my picks as one of the best Nordic albums? Fuck no. So yeah, we can probably see where this is going. All right. Diamond. Okay, look, we're here to compare albums. So instead of reviewing King Diamond's Conspiracy, which I actually did, but I threw those in the bin because they were shit anyway, those notes. I'll go through a bit of a list of all the ways that King Diamond's Conspiracy is better than Crashdiet's album. I can't even think of what it's called. Something Sleaze.
Rest in Sleaze.
Sleaze, yeah. All right, the vocal performance. Do I even need to defend
I
this
don't think so.
statement?
No, fair call.
King Diamond can sing, like proper sing. He has a massive range, not just his octave range, but his vocal styles, the character representations that he puts into his performance, and no one else sounds like him. He's unique.
Completely. Yeah.
The musicianship, King Diamond always has top-tier musicians in his band.
It's so funny. It's the last one with Mickey D on drums, but yeah.
Exactly. Like we finally, he wasn't even in the band anymore, but they got him in the studio to record. We got one last little squeeze out of Mickey D as part of King Diamond. Which
he went from there to
squeeze the last bit out of him. Yeah. So that was cool. Guitar God, Andy LaRock, who's loyal like a friggin' German Shepherd. And you know, Hal Pacino, Mike Weed, and the list goes on with other albums, but just really good musos. The sheer talent, quality of musicianship you're hearing is undeniable. Crashdiet's musicians are talented enough to write songs and put out albums, but they're just not on the same level, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Songwriting. This album starts off back to back with two of my favorite King Diamond songs of all time. These two songs alone are like a masterclass in songwriting and riff writing. They have so much life in them. But these two songs aside, I failed to find a song or even a moment on this album that I don't like. This album to me is the most Merciful Fate sounding album that he's written to date. And look, I have to admit I haven't listened to much at all after this album, so I'm basing that on Abigail, them, Conspiracy.
Yep.
There's another one.
Them.
Is there another one? Yeah.
BI. Family Portrait.
Portrait.
Fatal Portrait. Yeah. So, again, this is my opinion. I think just the way the songs are structured and they change up because they're a bit longer than the songs on them. So they kind of have that, the way Merciful Fate used to kind of, you sort of going and then it just completely changes style-wise. And then I just think it just put me in mind of Merciful Fate.
Yep.
And look, he's so wacky and out there, you almost forget what a truly talented songwriter.
Yep.
This is possibly the best that I've heard. I was saying as I've got a lot of catching up to do with his latter catalogue. Them has always been my favourite, but after spending 2 weeks with this, I mean, I've heard this before.
Yeah.
But I've spent a lot of time with it over the last 2 weeks, and I don't know. I think it might have.
It grows on you.
Up. It really, exactly. It does. It really has grown on me, and so I'm a lot more familiar with it now. And I don't know. I don't like to say, but it might be my favourite King Diamond album. I'll have to go back to them.
There we go.
I think. You got to hear The Eye. The Eye is much better.
The
next one.
Well, I really actually, on the back of this, I want to hear more of the later King Diamond album.
The next album, I was surprised. I only heard The Eye recently. I'm just like, fuck, this is amazing. It's like, get onto The Eye.
Heard I think I've heard it, but I don't remember much about it other than I think that I liked it, but I don't think I've heard any King Diamond I don't like. So
fuck, that's hard. It's really hard to find King Diamond. It's shit
that you don't like, because he's just so entertaining.
Yeah.
Once you get past that initial
new albums coming next year. He's got new albums been working on for like ages.
Putting stuff out.
Still going. Yep.
It's been delayed because there's like a massive light theatre show that he wants to put on with it, so he's wanted to get that done as well before the album drops.
He's also doing Merciful Fate stuff too, which is
he's had this kind of parallel kind of career with both bands.
This new album is intriguing. He dropped a song this year or last year, I think, just a new song from this upcoming album. That was pretty cool, but I'm curious to see what he's doing.
I think it'll be worth the wait if he's putting on a King Diamond themed, stage show for sure.
Yeah,
fans could wait. I would wait.
Yeah,
doubt something like that would ever come here.
Wow!
Like if you get
maybe download. If they did download again, maybe
you want to see that as a show, though.
You want a theatre experience with that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like the fucking forum would be great for that.
Or the Palais could be in there.
Yeah,
the forum, man. I saw Avantasia at the forum, and that was like the best gig I've ever seen.
Forum's the right feel with the booths in it as well. It's like a great feel. Yeah.
Real theatre.
Anyway, sorry, we keep interrupting Belle.
Sorry.
This is cool. All right, I'll keep going then. So where am I up to? I wrote, I wish they turned these two albums, that being Them and Conspiracy, into a movie or two.
That'd be fantastic.
A TV show.
Do it. Gotta happen.
And then I wrote, what do you think, Dave? Could this be adapted or could it be another Mindcrime?
I'm not going to bitch about this like I bitch about Minecraft. This could absolutely be a fucking horror movie. It'd be one of the best horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
And you have so many platforms that it could happen. So I'll do it my damn self if I have to.
Wow. Write it up.
If anybody's watching that wants to give me lots of money so I can make a movie from these, then yes, I will do it.
Call Kickstarter, Dave. You could do it. Get a Kickstarter.
Absolutely. Yeah, start a campaign.
Not going to happen. Nobody wants to give me money. I mean, I joke about OnlyFans, but nobody's giving me money.
Always do a screenplay for him. You never know.
Go
Yeah,
fund
see what happens. Can try.
See what happens.
And
All
if I'd just do it to meet King Diamond. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome, actually. Yeah.
It would be.
You'd want to back yourself, though. You
Yeah.
want to.
Actually, no, I'd be disappointed to meet him, actually. Did anyone see the Metal Evolution documentary with Sam Dunn where he meets King Diamond? And the King's just in like tracksuit pants and like he's normal. And Sam's like, fuck, this guy I listened to for years and years. You think he's living in a coffin and shit, but he's actually a normal dude. You don't want that shattered reality, man.
I mean, his name is Kim Peterson. I mean, he's just a normal dude.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
He's a normal guy, but you know, he's still he's like Axel is a bit of an enigma, and you don't have many people like that in 2023.
That's why Tobias Forge was pissed when his identity got leaked.
Yeah,
because
Ghost had the fucking platinum in that shit.
Yeah.
But you think,
Anyway, we're getting
Dave,
off topic.
like if you met Alice Cooper, like he wouldn't be in his like golf pants.
Yeah, but I know that I've known
shirt.
Alice. I've known Alice as a sweetheart of a guy for the last 25 years. I've known he dishes out soup to homeless people in soup kitchens.
He's in trouble now. Have you heard he's in trouble over it?
What?
Oh, he was.
Like what?
He
mentioned something about transgenders and everyone's lost their shit.
He said transgender was just, you know, I hate to get off topic.
Bad or something.
So
It
is
was
this the woke generation getting old.
Oh,
yeah.
Same time, I
Everyone's-
would argue that in this day and age, we're getting way off topic now, but just quickly, I would argue in this day and age, it costs the artists fuck all just to keep their opinion to himself on such hot button topics.
Yeah, well, Alice doesn't. He's fucking rock royalty. He can have an opinion.
Yeah.
Anyone can have an opinion, but no one's exempt from backlash to an opinion either. That's the thing.
Exactly. But you know what? We cancel J.K. Rowling for having an opinion, and we give pedophiles a
I
fucking
still
second
say
chance.
it's not
The world is
cancel
fucked
culture,
up.
Dave. It needs to be changed to accountability culture. Because if you say
No,
shit,
fuck whatever
you should be
title you give
accountable.
it, man. You know, we cancel people like J.K. Rowling for having an opinion, and we give pedophile priests a second chance.
Well,
Society
we
is
don't.
fucked up, and people
That's
have
a problem with the judicial system, not social media.
no. It's just the way
I'm
we're
with
at in
Andrew on this.
2023. Everyone's fucked up.
There's a lot of
Everyone
layers.
can have an opinion. There's nothing
We're
wrong
getting
with
way
that.
off.
It doesn't matter if someone has their bitchy little feelings hurt.
We're getting
Well,
way off.
yes, we are. But that's what this show's good for.
Yeah, we get off track.
And
It's
that's cool
hard
because you never know where
And I
it's gonna go.
love it. I love
Yeah.
getting off track.
Yeah.
All right. I'm nearly done. I'm down to the
Oh,
last.
Bell's still going. Shit, sorry.
I thought you were done too. Sorry.
Maybe 4.
Uh,
And I even wrote. Anyway, look, I'm getting into other territory here. So, King Diamond's Conspiracy is a much better album in all areas and gets my vote. It's not just a matter of stylistic or genre preference. I like glam just fine. But it's the overall quality of this album over Crashdiet's album. They really aren't in the same ballpark. For me, I like both styles of music and I like both albums. So I have to base my choice purely on what I think is musically better. And I guess ultimately what I would prefer to listen to. And that's King Diamond.
nice.
There you go.
Cool.
Fair enough.
All right.
You're wrong, but fair enough.
2 for
I'm not wrong,
Crashdiet, 1 for
It's 2-1. It's 2-1 right now. And I'm going to go next. So, Jeff, you get to close this out. All good, Dave.
Man, holy shit. All right.
Holy shit. Jeff, just like, cool, but not cool at the same time. It's one of those things. Look, now, in terms of this whole series, this is another one of those interesting battles. It's a complete style clash. 2 bands I know pretty well by this point in time, but 2 very different styles, musically speaking. Crashdiet, to me, this album in particular sort of takes a moment. But once you get into it, it's really engaging. It just takes a moment to sort of get you there. It's energetic. It's got a good pace to it. It's hard rock that just sort of gets your juices going. If you want something to put on the morning and just, you know, get you fired up for the day, for that kind of a thing, it'll get you moving. It's got a great use of a ballad in there as well toward the end of the album. It's done overall very nicely to listen to. That ballad though, that moment in there, like that highlights the difference more strongly to the energetic stuff, which dominates the album overall. So the energetic stuff stands out more, which in turn makes the heartfelt stuff sort of stand out on its own. Like that little contrast on the album was a really nice touch. And you don't really have the same contrast on King Diamond, which is why I think it stood out to me when you're listening to these two albums back to back. Crashdiet's album is incredibly solid. It grows on you the more you listen to it as well, but the same thing with King Diamond, like I said before. It's a shame that this band, in particular Crashdiet, has been through the ringer when it commit to their lead vocalist. You had one commit suicide and other things going on as well. Like they have really been through it trying to just lock down their lineup. Because as far as debut albums go, I don't think this is like one of the greatest debuts of all time or anything like that. It's not in that category, but it's one of those albums that you can see sets the band up. And had the singer survived beyond this point, you could imagine that number 2 would be the one where they go, okay, cool, now we're going to launch. We've got 1 done, cool, that's the foundation. Number 2 will come along, go bang. Wasn't to be, but you could just feel that foundation being laid on this album. So the context of what's going on here matters in how you listen to it. It's got everything on from the genre of music. It is that sleaze rock that, you know, Bell mentions, you know, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses. You can hear that all over it, but it's still their own sound at the same time. It lives up to the album title. You know, Rest In Sleaze is the album title. It certainly lives up to that and then some. It's big, it's energetic, it's bombastic hooks in here. It's all designed to drag you in and get your attention to keep you there. And these songs on the Crashdiet album will be a hell of a lot of fun live as well. There's just something infectious about the whole thing as you listen to it. It's just that fun kind of listen. So I said at the start, you know, it's one of those ones that will sort of pump you up and get you going. Production-wise, it's a little quieter by today's standards, which I was surprised by. It just doesn't have that same oomph that so many other albums seem to have. But it still holds up well mixing-wise. There's great performances all over it. It's just a collection of well-written, well-performed songs. The issue might be, though, because it's a solid debut, but does it really cut through? Or is it still in the pack? You know, this genre, from this time, from before this time, and even today, is so flooded that to get an album in this style of music to cut through and really stand out, I don't quite know if this Crashdiet album does that. It's a good album, but does it stand out from the pack? I don't know if it does that. King Diamond, on the other hand, when you talk about someone that stands out, we've said it before, there's no one else that sounds like King Diamond. You can hear it straight away. There hasn't been anyone that comes close to replicating what he does as a vocalist and as a storyteller. On his album, you've got everything. You've got the riffing, the drumming, but just the singing and the harmonic note choices, as well as the pure evil in it. It's just, taste-wise, I fucking love this stuff. Like, I voted for Merciful Fate last time around, and that got knocked out. You know, I love King Diamond's work. I know that it's an acquired taste, not for absolutely everyone. I know that people struggle with it. Like Bell said, people go, the pitch, the tonality. Jimmy, you know, former show co-host, Jimmy, he could not get his head around King Diamond. He just couldn't do it.
We were going to do the entire discography, weren't we? For Halloween.
Yeah, he was like, I'm opting out. He could not do it. Like,
couldn't do it.
Wow.
Yeah, so there are people that, you know, even ones you know that love different things just will struggle with this. So it's very much one of those ones where Crashdiet will appeal to everyone. King Diamond certainly won't. That said, though, his storytelling is second to none. On top of the talent that he has vocally, the depth of his stories in the albums, especially with this one being a sequel, like it's amazing how well they're presented, how well they're told, and just how evil they really are. He's second to none. Like, he is one of a kind with everything he does. There is no other King Diamond, and no one that even comes close in my mind. On Conspiracy, the light and shade and the composition is amazing as well. The use of acoustic tones, for example, is wonderful on the album. And like, there's also that sort of midpoint album where it's like a visit from the dead kind of thing. Like, there's just a whole little thing that goes into this Conspiracy album, which is just the emotive weight, the tonality, the production, the songwriting, the performances, it all is a part of telling a complete story. Like, it's so easy to imagine this stuff being converted to TV or a Netflix series or to a movie series or whatever stuff. You could just sit straight away. The depth of detail and character and story is there. But in amongst all that production-wise, there's amazing ear candy in this as well. In the Conspiracy album, there's lots of little things going to it. It's amazing to take in, and like I said to Bell, it grows in you because there's more to take in with each listen that you get to. It's like you hear little things, you take away little details that you didn't notice the time before, and just builds this richer and richer tapestry the more time you spend with it. A Visit from the Dead is a beast of a song. It's so damn good. His lyrical work is simply phenomenal, and this is a lot more technical than Crashdiet. You know, that can be a good and a bad thing, depending on what you're looking for. Some people love the simplicity and the directness of what Crashdiet offer you. If you want something more almost progressive, then you're going to get that from King Diamond. Like I said, King Diamond's voice is an acquired taste, whereas Crashdiet's probably the easily more accessible album of the two. You put these two albums on back-to-back to most people, I think a lot of people are going to first listen, gravitate toward, or the casual music fan, like the people that are watching the AFL Grand Final, they'll lean to Crashdiet well and truly before they listen to King Diamond. But as far as King Diamond's work goes, it's another band that I'm like, okay, does he ever release anything that's truly subpar? I'm not sure that he does. He's pretty. Not that I yeah, he has a solid body of work. The fact that he's able to tell these stories not only in one album but across multiples and have that sequel effect is nothing short of remarkable. I don't know anyone else that's able to do it quite like this. I think Ghost maybe the only thing that sort of comes close. Sabaton maybe be another one, but Sabaton don't do concepts; they do themes over concept. If that makes sense, it's not a complete story. With everything else, this sort of stuff always comes down to taste, and like every round, these albums are both well executed. For me, it's about whether you want something that feels good or is more pump you up, or something a little bit more evil. In this case, as much as I love both these albums, I'm going to go with the Dark Side again because it's an upset in the seeding for mine, but I'm going Dark Side. I'm going King Diamond Conspiracy for mine on this, which makes this 2 for 2. I knew that was coming. So Jeff now knows the result, and he's going to tell us all about it.
I am indeed. All right. All right. So here we go. So I wrote this on my computer, so I'll just be reading it now. All right. So King Diamond Conspiracy, 1989. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I love dark music. I love that whole, dimmable gear stuff that we listened to earlier. That sort of stuff just grabs me and doesn't let go. I love it.
Yep.
Okay. So King Diamond's fourth album of his solo career coming out late 1989. In Conspiracy, we find King continue to explore the themes that were found on the amazing Them album, which had come out the previous year in 1988. When I put this album on to listen to for this review, I had no memory of ever hearing it before, but I can only assume that I did because as a fan of his earlier works, especially with Merciful Fate, but either way, it was so long ago that my memory is forgotten one way or the other. I just can't remember it.
That's not a bad thing on this, though, to make it interesting for you.
That's right. So now, and that pretty much sums up this album. An altogether forgettable affair. What Conspiracy brings to the table feels lacking and empty or anything of coherent or exciting that could have left a lasting mark on the listener. For me, it felt like a missed opportunity. Now, I understand it's a follow-up to a great album, but I think it was a missed opportunity for King. Now, like a good book, a good album should reach out and grab you right from the first couple of chapters. Something in there needs to be interesting to keep one's attention. There has to be a driving force. A reason to keep listening or keep turning those pages. And if it isn't found or heard early enough, the artist risks losing the listener or the reader early on. Even if there are eventually good things that come later on, by then it's far too late. And good producers know this, and they will often arrange songs in a way to take advantage of this. And therein lies one of the faults of a concept album. Unlike a traditional album where songs can be moved around to suit the flow of the album, a concept album is a completely different animal. Each song It's firmly rooted in its spot and cannot move as it becomes a chapter in a story and therefore must remain fixed in place. So this means that oftentimes some of the best songs can be found later on in the story or deeper in for those who are brave enough, to get past the earlier insipid songs just to get to these gems. And that's what we find here. Songs such as Amon Belongs to Them, Victimize, and Cremation stand out as pretty good efforts. But unfortunately, they are found much later in the story, long after most casual listeners would have hit eject or taken it off the turntable entirely. Wow. Now, to be fair, I don't think that anything heard on this album could be considered terrible. We've all heard some terrible albums from before, and I know that some of these albums that people love. Think Van Halen 3, Motley Crue Generation Swine, or Metallica Saint Anger, just to get a better idea of what I'm going for.
Motley Crue self-titled. Motley Crue self-titled is fucking abysmal.
Well, maybe, okay, but I think Generation Swine is fucking shit, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, but the fucking self-titled Motley's shit as well.
But anyway.
No, I'd listen to that over Generation Swine. But anyway.
Yeah. I think Generation Swine was just abysmal. I'm glad Vince came back, but it was a shit album. Anyway, but every artist does this. And as long as there are other better albums before or after, we can usually let it slide. Just as most of us have done with those artists that we just mentioned. In this way, I can forgive this trespass of an album, and I find it far from the worst thing I've ever heard. But like its mentioned counterparts, it's certainly not one that I would ever waste my time listening to again out of choice or habit. There is just far too much great music out there, and guys, I ain't getting any younger. 3 out of 10 for me.
Fuck!
I'm really curious as to where Crashdiet's going to go.
Can I change my vote, man? I want to go dark side.
Holy
I love the dark. I love the fucking dark. I love the dark, but this is just. I just thought that this was just like something he put out to make money off a great story that he had from. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just didn't.
Dude.
Look, I think you know what. I honestly think.
Man,
I think that
South Park are right. I'm fucking blaming Canada.
yes, you can. I think them should have been a double album, and it should have been written all at once in the year that passed between 88 and 89. I don't know what the fuck happened, but something fucking happened.
What?
You know what happened? Operation Micron happened.
Yeah, that's it. He heard that and goes, "I could never do a better album than that. My shit is crap." Yeah, that's exactly what it was. All right. Well, that was good. That's a good point, Dave. It was right around the same time.
All right, continue, Jeff.
So, Crashdiet.
Nail in the coffin.
I gotta put you guys out of your misery. Crashdiet, Rest in Sleaze, 2005. Now, I was never a big fan of what could be called sleaze rock. It's just never my bag. Unlike Dave, and he lives for it, he loves for it. It was never my bag or in my wheelhouse. So I wasn't sure what I was going to get when I would put this album on. And so it would Crashdiet be considered one of these bands? Now I'm happy to say that I was pleasantly surprised with what I heard on this album. Now I'm pretty sure that Crashdiet is one of those bands that I had heard of, but never really heard, if you know what I mean. Like, you hear the name, maybe a song somewhere, but that was about it. But let me just say right here now, I'm going to try to unfuck that as soon as I can, because this may not be my style of rock, but it's an interesting in its approach, and that makes me want to listen to more. When doing this review, I decided to listen to this album first, and about halfway through Conspiracy, because I had listened to that after, all I wanted to do was hit fucking eject and put this album back on. So now one of the first things that I noticed while listening to these guys was how much I actually was really enjoying what I was hearing right off the bat. The writing here hit me between the eyes right out of the gate. And it didn't beat around the bush. It was merely hinting at something that might be coming if I stuck around long enough. It was just bang right there. It went for the juggler straight away. And albums that can do that always get my attention. And this album had my attention. Now, somehow it found a way to do this right from the first opening few seconds to the last closing seconds of the album. The melodies here didn't stop. These guys know how to write catchy tunes with hooks for days. The guitars with the crunch just cuts through it all. There's an energy here that drives everything that these guys do. And their singer, I thought he had a killer voice. And believe it or not, I could hear elements of Nicholas Walsh from Slick Toxic. You guys,
yeah.
You can hear that. And you know what else? Who else I could hear here? So Jimmy, if you're watching, I can hear Jimmy Vanzino, his voice in here as well. So I don't know if Jimmy's a fan of these guys at all, but you can hear it. And so it's just the way that certain vocal phrases come off and the tonality that really reminded me of Jimmy. And that's not a bad thing. It's a compliment to Jimmy. So as I said, I don't even know if Jimmy knows these guys. If not, he should give them a listen. Okay, good. Because if you're watching, Jimmy, let me know what you think. Anyway, now every song on this album went for the throat in some way. And at the end of the album, I felt like it had been clotheslined from about 10 wrestlers in a Royal Rumble. It literally
was it Ravishing Rack Root?
It might have been. It might have been. Mr. Perfect was there. You know, the Undertaker. He finally took me out. Said, "Listen to King Diamond again." But I just like, you know, essentially what I'm trying to say is here that this album ticked all the boxes for me and knocked me right on my ass. This is straight ahead, heavy rock that leaves no question as to what they're attempting to do. And that's to win you over with great song after song after song. I've now listened to this album 3 or 4 times. And of course, I wrote this was, a couple weeks ago. So now that's up to about 10. This is a hard rock fan's wet dream. 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Is what I gave it. So I guess that takes the guesswork out of who I think is going to win the round.
Yeah, well.
Crashdiet by a country fucking mile.
Wow.
So,
man. Okay, so 2 things. I'm happy and sad. Jeff, fuck yeah. I'm glad Crashdiet went through, but I'm disappointed because Merciful Fate
too. I do.
Merciful Fate had no chance beating Nightwish, but I wanted King to go through, and I thought I didn't think that King was going to lose this one, so I went Crashdiet. But I'm happy because they're a great band. Have you seriously not heard any of their other albums? This is number 2.
Crashdiet? No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, fuck.
No,
I'm a massive Crashdiet fan. Least favorite album of theirs. Okay. There's probably sacrilege to massive Crashdiet fans. Their next album, because this singer killed himself, he hung himself. Okay. They got in the singer from Reckless Love. Okay. Before Reckless Love became a thing. And that album is fucking phenomenal. And then he left because he focused on his band. He's from Finland, not Sweden. So he wanted to go home. And then they got in Simon Cruz, who did 2 albums. He used to do it with the Matt Mohawk. And the second one that he did, the Savage Playground, is the band is the album that I became aware of this band with.
Is phenomenal.
Yeah. Savage Playground is a fucking amazing album. Go to that one. Then get on the Unattractive Revolution with the Reckless Love singer. And then the guy they got now, they've had the worst luck, but they keep moving forward. But the guy they got now is fucking amazing as well. Yeah, Gabriel Keys. Yeah, but yeah, dude, they've had so many different lineup singers.
I like
seriously. The next album is fucking. It's really dirty because obviously dealing with the death of their singer, and then deciding to continue, and then the one after that was Simon Cruz. It's like, okay, this dude didn't work out. Let's go to this new guy, and Simon Cruz really unprofessionally just left halfway through a tour.
But he was such a good fit. That was a fucked up.
Yeah, that was fucking.
It was perfect.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because that Savage Playground album was was in my car for months.
Phenomenal
album. Honestly, and then they picked up the pieces again with Gabriel Keys, and just they're fucking amazing. Now.
This one's a good one. So yeah, Automaton was good.
Yeah, they've been kicked around so many times.
If this album hadn't been like as good as it was, I have no doubt I would have chosen King Diamond. Probably out of just the fact that I love King Diamond. Don't get me wrong. So that my review was
Yeah,
scathing
it was hard
because this
It was really hard.
album to me just did not. And like I said, I had no memory of listening to it before. I'm sure I had, but it would have been like listen to it and then move on, you know. And that's why I had no memory of it. And so I just listened to it again. And I just went, holy fuck! Like, listen to how brilliant Them is. And then you listen to this afterwards, and this is the album that came right after. It's supposed to be part 2.
Like I said with King Diamond, out of the first 5 albums, this is my least favorite again. So this is it was a weird battle because this is my least favorite of both artists. I've never had to deal with this.
Wow.
Yeah,
the Eye, you're right.
Get on the Unattractive Revolution and the Savage Playground if you want some killer Crash Diet, because that's where the shit is right.
You can send me the links, Dave. I'll
hook you up. I can't. Fucking the Savage Playground isn't on Spotify, so
I have every music platform.
See, I might have it ripped to a hard drive. But
I've got Amazon. The only one I don't have is Apple, but I could get it if I want.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You got YouTube Music?
Yeah, I sure do.
I'll hook you up with that. Yeah.
Hey Jeff, how many times did you listen to Conspiracy over the course of the last couple of weeks?
Once.
Can you just
that was enough?
No, it's not enough.
Give it more listens.
Yeah, please just listen.
It's like being forced to watch some fucking shit horror film that you don't like.
Shit horror films are the best.
I know.
Jeff.
Bride of Chucky or some fucking thing. No, thank you.
Jeff, how many horror films? How many horror films have you watched in the past year?
Oh, look, I love horror films, man. Like every Halloween, I've got like the 4K Blu-ray of the original Halloween. I watch it on my 4K TV with my 4K Blu-ray. Beautiful, 4K. Looks amazing.
Just as a normal lifestyle choice in the last 9 months preceding Halloween.
I don't know.
How many horror movies have you watched?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a handful. I don't watch like you do.
Dude, you don't get it.
It's not just about the theme though, Dave. It's about the music, like the music.
Yeah.
I thought the music was fucking
but
boring.
Even that, I would argue that Abigail and Them have much better riffs and solos than Conspiracy.
I would have thought so. I would have thought so, but after spending a couple of weeks with Conspiracy, like on a near daily basis.
Okay, Belle. Like I've been saying, jump onto the Eye.
I will listen to it.
Yeah, I will, but that's not what I'm trying to make.
I get it.
Jeff knows Abigail. Jeff knows Them, obviously.
Yeah.
I think Jeff really needs to get to know Conspiracy a bit better because one listen, I don't think it's enough.
I was working on Conspiracy, then I moved on to the Eye, and the Eye just hit me fucking straight away. More than Conspiracy, right in the eye.
The thing is, I'm sitting here working out right now, just as a quick offshoot. I don't think I've picked any fucking winners yet. I think I'm getting outvoted every time at the moment.
Yeah,
but we haven't had. We haven't had a battle including Rammstein.
I guarantee you, if I had been any other fucking King Diamond album, I would have probably chosen it. It was just the one that the people voted for. Okay. That's the one that made.
Okay, so the question is, what's next, Andrew? What's next? Well, you're torturing us after next.
You want to know what's next?
That was fucking devastating, but what's next? Life.
Unfortunately, I'm as devastated as you are, Bella. I was hoping for a winner this time around, but nope, I didn't pick a winner. But at least I wasn't alone. So, Bella, you and I.
Conrad actually listened to fucking King Diamond instead of taking his gods.
Conrad is a bit of a strange animal because he doesn't even listen to them.
No,
doesn't matter. All right, next week, who's ready to get the heart broken again?
Hey, here's a battle idea: black metal versus Christian metal.
Oh yeah,
here we go. Not today. All right. So we kind of did that with Wasp versus Striper, but anyway.
The Squirt Fest, religious Squirt Fest.
Next week,
holy water all over the place.
Dave, I know this is going to hurt your feelings at least. We have Nightwish once going up against.
Going back.
Yeah, we are now because we've done. This is the last one of the albums we haven't done before, so we're getting on to the second round, so to speak. So, Nightwish once goes up against No Fuel Left for the Pilgrims from DAD.
Dude, that's easy.
Hang on, Have we reviewed the DAD album? Because I don't remember even listening to that.
No, we haven't.
Because the first seed, like the 9th seed, was the
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Nightwish was a wild card, and so now it goes up against the top seed.
Come on.
High seed. Okay.
That's not fair. That's easy.
Once
Do you
we
see a
reviewed once,
DAD
didn't we?
patch anywhere?
Did we
Anyway,
review once already?
we did once, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
So once we've done, and now we're gonna. That went through last time around, so now it goes up against DAD. No fuel left for the Pilgrims. So,
Okay. Well, look, I'm sorry for all the King Diamond fans out there, but just
Jeff, look, just please.
I will.
Over the course of the next week, if you could listen to a conspiracy at least 10 times, I'll be happy.
10 times? Jesus Christ, you fucking must hate me.
Well done, Bell. I'll pay that. That's fucking brilliant. No, but I do think I agree with you, Bell. That conspiracy has a lot more layers. It needed to spend some time with it.
I don't
fully
know what
agree
it was.
I'll agree with that as well.
I think musically, it just for me, it just fell flat.
Didn't get you.
The lyrics are great. Don't get me wrong. The story's here. The story's there.
Yeah,
but
the therapist is fucking his mom.
The story is secondary to the music. The music is
the
just
performances.
brilliant. Yeah.
Let's see what the audience say about this battle.
I'd be curious. I'm curious. Yep.
All right. Michael said yes. King of the Riffs. Here we go. Tufts said, when and if you do get on the mainstream TV, it'll be the main. I'll be the man. I'll be the man in the background of your show, dancing my man. My man Naffy.
Well, since it's only going to be one episode before we get yanked, you better be there.
We're not even going to last half an hour. I tell you that right now. Adrian says, I saw King Diamond on the Them and Conspiracy tour. Wow,
my
amazing.
God.
Nice.
Michael asked, Conrad's choice on religious grounds. Not necessarily. Not on this one. I just think he prefers Crashdiet anyways.
I don't think he listened to King Diamond.
Yeah.
Conspiracy is not an album that's overly like by comparison.
He said before, it's just King Diamond's not in his wheelhouse. So
yeah.
No. He wouldn't have heard it, I don't think.
Yeah. No. It'd be more of a taste issue though than anything else issue though, I believe.
I think so too.
Purely taste, not anything else. Adrian says, never heard of Crashdiet. They sound cool, so there we go. Aaron said King Diamond Conspiracy easily. Adrian said Axl was an amazing singer. I might go see them on this tour. I saw them with Metallica. So there we go.
Sally, that's random, but okay.
I have
Wax.
Okay, so I have waxed the boy bits before, Dave. I'm not sure you want to go ahead with this party, brother. So there we go. There's Dave's wax party.
Suddenly this party is scary.
Yes, with purple face crying. Dave, you're a trip from Adrian. Michael says King Diamond is a well thought out album, well written, played, and recorded, and produced. Requires critical listening. For me, Crashdiet, not at all terrible. Good band, okay album, but for mine, not in the same league. Unfair to compare these two. I could play Crashdiet in the background doing any daily tasks. I could not do that with King Diamond. That's a fair point, though.
Michael, yes.
Mm-hmm. Tuff says, this band want me to go get my skateboard and try my old street skills on the half pipe being over 40. Wish me luck. Someone get ready to call Triple O. So there we go.
Man, if you're dressed like a baby at that point, that's fucking hardcore.
Triple O's coming, yeah.
Because the Vaseline on the skate ramp is probably not a good idea.
If he crashes, he'll just skid along the ground.
In more ways than one. Vinny says, I think Crashdiet are more exciting and dynamic, like an unknown high energy drink made from wow. Adrian's laughing at Bell and laughing in general. Darren says, Dave, the gatekeeper. There we go. Darren says,
not really. I think
I'm really not a fan of Crashdiet at all. Don't need to hear them again. But guys, Missing Sleaze, Faster Pussycat and the like. That is another band to think about as well.
They sucked at Grand Quest. They were fucking horrible.
That's fun, man.
Half the members are not original anymore. That's why.
No, that's it. Darren's got a good question, though.
After Wednesday 13, I left halfway through.
Terrence says, how did Crashdiet get in ahead of Opeth? I think Bell asked the same question.
Yeah, fair point.
That's a bizarre one, too. I
it was an audience poll. It's just an audience poll.
Opeth is just fucking...
I don't have a Crashdiet t-shirt.
Yeah.
King Diamond, Danish, Jesse is guy. And Andy LaRocque on guitar. Vinny says, Dave raises a good question, though. What were our parents listened to when we were conceived? I don't want to know because
Oh, fuck, dude, why?
Remember, this brings us back to the comment where I said,
I know,
that.
but we're going back to Jeff's inception and conception. What were you going to say, Bill? You were saying something, mate?
I was saying, isn't Jeff the expert on this? Jeff,
Yeah, he wants to go back in time to watch the moment.
Well, I think it would be fascinating.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Knowing my parents were massive Roy Orbison fans, I fucking dread to think.
Just as a
I
point
like
of view
to
there.
think my mum was listening to something somewhat cool, like Free.
I think my mom would have been Bob Dylan or the Beatles. She was a big fan of those.
Probably
Oh, you people are cool. My mom was probably listening to fucking Roy Orbison. I know it was an accident. I know for sure I was an accident. I'm sure my dad was jerking off, and my mom just turned around from the corner at the wrong time.
Dave.
Here we go.
Just hear only the lonely in the background.
Only the lonely. And then it was Blue Bayou.
Oh no. Oh fuck, here we go. All right, let me get to some more comments. Adrian said Andy's a great cat player, one of my favorites. Darren says conspiracy starts with the 9-minute epic at the grave. Sorry, enough said.
Yes.
Agree. Guy said Merciful Fate, best Danish metal ever. Well, up there for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Adrian says, wow, Belle, like your taste. So there we go.
Thanks,
Guy
Dave.
followed up with got the conspiracy picture this somewhere. Oh, that's phenomenal.
That would be cool.
That's cool.
Adrian says, Abigail is my favorite album from King. Michael says, well, this review redeems you. I can forgive you for dumping on Dolly earlier. Great review. King Diamond. There we go. Michael says, King Diamond, smart guy in real life. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
After Dave there. Then we got Darren says, no, it was regarding children getting gender surgery. Oh, there we go. This is back to the Alice Cooper stuff we were talking before. Nicole says, King Diamond, I can't stand sleazy rock crap.
Come on, sleazy rock crap is the best.
Says, honestly, I don't pay too much attention to the lyrics from King. I just love the music and the arrangements, and that's fair enough too. Darren says, fucking hell, Dave, darkness prevails. Well, not in the end. Michael says, Dave, your attempt at horror actually reminded me of the face of Tom Noonan in Robocop as Kane. Thank you. I saw the same thing while he was fading in and out. Yep.
Oh yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, because you got the light. You'll watch it back, Dave, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. Kane out of I thought the same thing, Kane. But when you had the lights off and then you faded back, that was the part that reminded me of it the most.
Yeah.
That.
Oh wow, yeah, I get it.
Yep. Guy says was very poor. That's true.
He played Frankenstein in that Monster Squad movie that they made. If anyone's seen that, that same guy.
Pretty good actor. He's done a few things. He was in Last Action Hero as well.
Yeah, he was. He played that freaky guy with the axe.
Yep. Oh, the scythe or whatever it was. Oh, no, the axe. You're right, the axe. Michael says, Dave, your attempt at horror actually... Oh, there we go. Michael says, I can picture you as Robocop down at Dandenong Plaza cleaning up crime and drugs and handing out Dream Theater CDs. You have 20 seconds to reply.
Dead or alive, you're coming with Dream Theater.
Yeah, well, pretty much. What do we got here? I'd buy that for $1 from Tough. Tough says, Dave, say, come quietly or there will be trouble.
Come quietly or there will be trouble.
Rowan says, so you're going to review twice. Well, yes, in theory, that's how it's going to work.
I'm going to review once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Oh, my God. I was waiting for that. But we've done the elimination rounds. Now it's a case of the winners go through and battle off against other things. So, yes, that's how it works out in these concepts. Darren says, when the Nordic theme was first mentioned, I was looking forward to it. Now I'm left disappointed. Well, the dark stuff is getting knocked out. Darren says, look like the gatekeeper when you turn dark again. Adrian's laughing away. Tough says, you can look up what's going on in the world and what were the top songs when you were born on as a birthday calculator. Well, yeah, that would work.
Oh.
I don't want to. Michael says, Vinny, I don't care what my parents conceived me to. My old man, for all his faults, introduced me to music, instruments, and a 1/4-inch reel-to-reel and started my lifelong passion for sound. There we go. That
nice
is awesome.
Go.
Vinny. Michael says, "Oh yeah, he did tell me I was an accident though. Just hope not pericomo." And Vinny says, "I think Mum was into Boney M." There we go.
Rasputin. That's crazy.
I think she was thinking another bony M. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. And Michael says,
Yeah,
"Oh, it
yeah,
sounded like
yeah.
in Hollywood," and watched some of the guys cutting sound effects at RoboCop. Oh wow, too, which was on Spocket. Wow,
Nice.
on Trusty Movie. Yes.
Nice.
Yes,
You know
yes.
the cool thing about RoboCop 2? Babylon AD.
That was cool.
They were cool, man.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
very, very cool. The video clip for that song's awesome too.
Yeah.
Kids Gone Wild, wherever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to that little kid from RoboCop 2?
Probably fucking got a drug addiction.
Yeah. So did Eddie Furlong, and he cleaned himself up.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin. Hello. All right, that about brings us to the end of things here tonight. So next week, like I was saying, it's DAD No Fuel Left for the Pilgrims going. That was the number 1 seed going up now against the 9th seed that made it through the elimination round, which is Nightwish once. So that's going to be now it's a tougher test, so to speak. So it's 1 versus 9. On the Sunday session for our Patreon people, you're going to watch us do an episode dedicated to Nordic tunes for TV stuff. We're also going to review the latest from Triple Kill, Alice Cooper, Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen. We're going to do a classic review as chosen by the Patreon people or randomly chosen from their list with Timo Tolki's Avalon, and we're going to continue on our journey with Symphony X. That's what's coming up this
That's
Sunday.
what we're doing. Glad you reminded me.
So yeah, make sure you join our Patreon page if you want to get involved in these sorts of things. We send you a link and you get to watch some extra stuff behind the scenes. So there's a link for that in the description box, as in all of our details are there as well. So make sure you find us on your preferred platform and give us a follow if you see this stuff. It's be greatly appreciated. A big thank you as always to our fantastic sponsors in Squid Ink Screenprinting, Alt-Cvlt Rockstar Finance. There's a link for them as well, so give them a like too. What else? We got TV stuff. So every Thursday night on Channel 44 in Adelaide at 10:30 p.m. we're on there, and then every Saturday night on Channel 30 in Melbourne, 10:30 p.m. So 2 times a week we're on like 1 o'clock in the mornings on other repeat nights as well.
Oh yeah, drunk people are up at that time.
Yes, they are. Like us now. But yeah, no, there's always stuff going on. We got heaps coming up. Dave and I were sort of starting to map out pretty much the rest of the year the other day. It's getting toward that point of the time where you start looking ahead and go, okay, we got X amount of weeks left and there's a shitload to
Halloween
get done.
and Christmas.
Yes. But anyway, we've done the details and all the usual stuff. But yeah, if you'd be so kind, if you're here and you're checking this out, you haven't joined our Patreon yet, now's a good time to do it because we're about to revamp the whole thing. And whatever a little amount you can give us is greatly appreciated. It all helps us and allows me to do more here as more of a permanent basis as opposed to driving around doing DoorDash day to day like I do most days.
Oh, that's fun. More bins. Yeah, yeah.
Well, speaking of bins, it is that time to go to the bin. So, what?
He's got a possum in his shed.
I think I do. Something fucking moved. Jesus.
I saw that. How
I
weird.
step back. All right.
No fucking.
Dave's going to come back with a fucking cat on his head.
I'm good. Fucking shit's moving. Jesus Christ. Okay.
You're playing with the lights, Dave. It's all your fault.
That wasn't a light, man. That wasn't me.
No, but that's what you get for invoking stupid shit.
Do you have like a Chucky doll or something like that in your?
No, I wish I did, man. I'd love Chucky the fucking.
That would be kind of a candidate.
Go on.
The closest thing I have is a visual representation of me for when I'm gone.
God.
Is that scary?
Oh, Rowan says I'll be at Extreme this Sunday. Awesome. Says, "Oh, yes, Living Color Extreme this Sunday. Can't wait." A lot of people are going.
Nice.
The gig the other night went off. Apparently, went absolutely phenomenal. Tough says the kid now works in real estate. Going back to RoboCop there for a second. Michael says,
"You learn something new every day."
Works for McDonald's, they're the biggest real estate company in the world.
I'm sorry, Darren, I didn't give you the result you wanted. But he's kind of let me in, Dave. Yeah. It's freaky time. So there we go. Darren wants in.
You have no idea, man.
Been all those Sharknado shows. That's from Tough. So all the Sharknado movies.
They're so bad, they're good. Yeah.
No, there's no such thing. All right, let's go to the bin on that note. And let's just do the rounds. Jeff, what are you putting in the bin this week?
I'm putting Kohl's into the fucking bin. I shop from Kohl's all the time, right? And I'm sick and tired of having my order. Because my car is now fucked, right? So I basically just do the order online. They deliver it. And then they leave it at the door. That's fine. I go out, I pick it up, I take it in, and I'm going through it. I'm going, wait a minute. I didn't order fucking, banana fucking smoothies. Wait, where the fuck is my... And then I get online and say, all right, sorry, I'm missing a bunch of shit. And then they have to give me credit. It's like the fourth fucking time in a row where they have fucked up. How hard is it to go, here's the list. Let's put this into a cart and send it to the guy. No, it's fucking tough. So, I don't know. Fucking banana smoothies and fucking one time I had there was a whole fucking bag full of those little kid squirt yogurt things.
Oh my god!
And then when I contacted them, they're like, "Yeah, just do you want to bring them back to the store?" And I'm like, "Fuck no! Are you serious? So you didn't give me half my shit, and now you want me to bring this stuff back? No, I'm keeping them. Sorry." So yeah, I ate them, but I mean. I didn't order the fucking things. It was a nice surprise, right? But at the same time, they fucked me about. I think it was $60 or $70. No, it was $80-something worth of groceries that they didn't deliver. And instead, so it's like I got 2 things of whole milk. Okay, like 2-liter things of milk, which I did not order, and I got some bag of cheese and some ricotta cheese. I didn't order that shit, but I got it anyway.
Nice.
So, fuck Kohl's online delivery shit. They're fucking idiots. They got monkeys fucking packing shit. I don't know what's going on. Good.
The funniest thing about that is that the DoorDash work that I'm doing, a lot of my orders are actually go to Kohl's and do shopping for people and then drop it off at their door.
Yeah, because they have the partner delivery. They charge... I can do that through Kohl's. It's $11 for a partner delivery.
Wow.
Or if I can get those guys to do it, and it's anywhere between $2 and $6. So partner delivery, I believe, is limited to 70 items.
Yeah, there's only so much.
So yes, I get that because you fucking it's a lot of shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I rarely ever do the partner delivery. It's always get the Kohl's guys.
I just found it funny that you're talking about Kohl's on the day that I'd fucking spend all my day doing shit at Kohl's today.
All right,
fucking wild.
Well, look, I'm sure you don't fuck up like these fucking.
No, I don't. I'm pretty particular. So
exactly.
Hey, Jeff, at some point, remind me to tell you the monkey story, okay? You mentioned monkeys. I don't want to say it on air because I'll get cancelled, but remind me to tell you the monkey story.
All right, we'll save that for off the air.
Before we do that, Dave, what's your bin this week?
Oh, I'm putting myself in the bin. 2 weeks ago, I said and did a lot of things on the live stream. I might say that I don't remember a lot of it, but I do. But I said and did a lot of things, but one thing remains inexcusable. Jimmy the Fox. Jimmy, what the fuck?
I was waiting for that.
Jimmy isn't the fox. Jimmy's the weed. Johnny is the fox. Fucking call myself a Finn Lizzy fan. Jesus Christ. It wasn't once. It was twice. I watched it back. I was so disappointed in myself. It's a lot of things I should be disappointed, but that was the thing that stuck out to me the most.
Wow.
And 2, following on from that, Bell in the bin too for picking that album above fucking Jailbreak.
I already apologize for that.
I know. You got the right choice, but still, that is the best of the 2. Who the fuck introduced you to Finn Lizzy anyway?
But Dave, you got more votes for Jailbreak.
I know, but they're wrong. And that's the third part of this bin. The audience were picking the wrong fucking album.
Radio.
Okay.
I'd agree with that.
Oh. Now, moving on. I mentioned the Psycho Kid earlier, wanting to hit the birds with the stick. He can go in the bin too. And his parents. They're not subjecting him to enough horror movies. Okay. Now, green lights. I've been driving a lot more recently. I like driving. I drive more for Uber Eats. When the light turns green, people, it means go. Hit the fucking accelerator. Don't just stare at the light going, oh, dude, that's pretty. It's not red anymore. It's green. Oh, wow. No, go. Fucking, if you're aware, you can tell that part over there is stopped. That means this light's going to change now. When it goes green, it means hit the fucking accelerator and go. Idiots. Okay, Springvale. I don't know how the fuck you number your places, but when you get a pickup from Springvale and you're walking around in a fucking circle for ages going, where the hell is this place? And nobody that you ask knows where this chicken shop is. That can fuck off as well. And while we're on the subject, Uber Eats, you could fuck off as well. Because you don't know where you're going when you pick up something. And you think, I can do one more pickup before I go home. And it's just like, okay, cool, it's not too bad. I picked up 2 things from Springvale, end up in Waverley Gardens. And then your next delivery goes to fucking Wanturna down Eastlink, and you don't have a fucking Eastlink tag. That just blows the whole night's work out of fucking proportion because you got to buy a back strip for that. And who the fuck orders an iced tea from Springvale that goes to Wanturna? One drink.
Wow.
Seriously.
Desperate people.
An iced tea. You don't even have the balls to drink a warm tea.
Oh, wow.
It wouldn't have been warm by the time I got it to you anyway.
Would have been nice. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
At least I got to listen to music for 2 hours, so shit.
Well, fuck. Jeez. Okay, you done? Have you cleared your chest? You feel better now?
I think I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
And whatever the fuck that was that moved.
That was freaky.
I'll watch it back and I'll see if I can work it out.
Because something caused that flag to move.
There was a movement, and it wasn't. I don't think it was Dave related.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, there's a book on the floor. There's a fucking. Have you seen Ghostbusters?
Oh,
Yes.
What's the book? What's the book that Ghost's trying to get you to read?
Oh man. Have you seen that scene with Ray where he's having the dream? If I wait long enough.
Yes.
Yes.
So what's the book? Is there seriously a book on the floor?
Yeah, there's a book on the floor. Hey, you think she'll slime me?
Get on the floor.
What's the book?
You'll slime her. Anyway.
Man, I dread to think. I'm gonna look and check first. Oh. Taming toddlers.
There you go. You're having another kid. There you go.
That's really fitting for everything about us. So there we go. That's probably what it's telling us.
Taming the Hard Rock Show.
Well said, Andrew.
All right,
That's a good toilet read.
Nasty habits in nice children. Playing with privates.
Dave, that's enough.
That book's for Dave, isn't it? Not for
yes, I think so. All right.
Yeah.
Well, what's your bin this week?
Oh God, mine's way more serious than any of what Dave said.
Oh shit! Here we go. Bring the whole evening down.
Mine, I'm bringing things down to a very mature level here. My
Something
bin
new
is
for
life.
us.
No, it's life.
Okay.
Not life in general, but I'm happy to be alive.
The game?
No, not Life the Game, which I actually played 20 years ago. The Game of Life. I like board games. I remember it being fun. Board games are cool.
Board games are cool. I play Scrabble last week.
Very cool. Yeah, I don't have anyone to play board games with, which is really sad.
No.
My husband said board games are called board games for a reason, which I think is yeah, so cool. Anyway, boo-hoo. But life, modern day life I'm talking about, specifically not having enough time to do all the things that I want to do because I work full time and life just takes like weekends are supposed to be for relaxing, right? That is such a bunch of shit because my weekends are full of catching up with all those tasks and chores and errands that I don't have time to do during the week because I'm working. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the weekend's gone and I've had no weekend and free time. And I know that it's probably just this stage of my life because, you know, I have school children. I need to run them to school, and pick them up from school and do everything. But life at the moment. And yes, I understand that people have it worse. But that's my bin at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just
And I fully
get it.
empathize.
Yeah.
not having enough
Absolutely.
time. Not having enough time to enjoy life.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my bin.
It
At
does
the
get better
moment.
later on, but yeah, I fully get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know it will. I understand all that, but right now,
Yeah, I know.
I don't have time to enjoy stuff.
Mm.
So I'll get there, but I couldn't think of anything else. It's really
No, that's a
that was
perfect
my
bin.
main
That's cool.
that's my main irk at the moment is
Yep.
just being time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
that's it.
right. Well, being on the serious side, I do like to try and keep the bins light, but I'm not going to this week.
Oh.
Sorry, this one's pissed me off.
Uh-oh. Dark and
How do
color.
I put this? How do I
I've
put
been on both sides of these bins. Sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're bad. Dark and color.
this?
Oh, shit.
No, look, the long story short, I got some messages from someone that it's all to do with, via the show on that. I'm not going to name names, not going to fucking do that. But just because I or anyone else has chosen to support you and your work in the past is not like a free-for-all carte blanche that you're guaranteed to get shit from me in the future. So, especially if you've been a dick and said some really fucking stupid shit, I don't particularly have the inclination to want to work with you. And just because I have before doesn't mean I have to next time around. Free choice applies to everyone. You have your free choice. I have mine. I can say and do and cover whatever the fuck I want within reason. There are some things, but here's the thing. I built this platform, not without others, with a lot of help from other people, Dave especially, but there are other people along the years, people here now, people no longer with us. But bottom line is I've been here since day dot. I built this platform, which means ultimately I get the final fucking say. And if you have nothing to do with this, you get no fucking say. So don't tell me or try to tell me what I should or shouldn't do with my fucking time. Fuck you. Get in the bin.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Well said.
I agree with
Is that who I think it is?
Don't think so, Dave.
No?
I'll think
Okay.
later on. No, there's just this whole, and it doesn't matter if it's me or anyone else. Like, just because if any entity helps you or supports you or promotes you or whatever else have you, like that, that's great. Take that as a win, but there's no guarantee. There could not be anything vicious in it. It could just be that things have slipped them by. Like, just this whole expectation or entitlement that just because someone has helped you in the past, they'll help you again in anything in life, that level of entitlement in the fucking bin. Like, it's just nonsensical that someone can donate their time to you in more ways than one, and then you have this expectation that they should do it again. And then they throw the word around that because you didn't do it this time around that you've then cancelled them. Fuck off. If I cancel you, I'll call you out in public, but I don't do that because I don't believe in doing that. I just ignore things I don't want to talk about. That's what I do. I don't go fucking flaming things. I just go, I don't want to talk about it, so I won't. But fuck off if you think I should do a thing. You don't control my time. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a way
I'll
to be.
support that 100%.
Yeah.
Not sure what it is, but man, I know you, man, and you wouldn't say shit like that. I know the fucking work you put into this, so
that's right.
Behind you
You're a
100%.
straight shooter, Andrew. From my opinion, you've always been a straight shooter in my opinion. So that's
not what I think. I try to be as nice as I can in all things, and I didn't respond to this person because I don't believe in engaging with crazy, but you just never win that. But it's just sort of just
you don't have time for that shit.
No, I don't. But it's
Life's
just you
too-
don't
life's
engage
too
with
short.
crazy, period. It just doesn't help anyone. Just the person I'm talking about should probably get some genuine help. And I mean that with all genuine sincerity and care, believe it or not. But that pissed me off. It's like, no, I don't owe you shit. Just because I've done something before doesn't mean I have to do it again. Especially, like I said, when there's been some interplay that's been nasty and I don't feel inclined to work with people that are mean to me or what I do because they feel entitled to something they're not entitled to. So there we go.
Yeah. Where have you been?
Yep. There we go. Sorry to bring it down, but I wanted to get that one off my chest.
No, that's
Good.
No, that's what this is for.
Hopefully,
We
message.
switch hats at the drop of a dime. It
Hmm.
can be funny or it can be serious.
Yes, that's it. We can
They
do all
brought
sorts
it down. Brought it
But I
down.
know it's going to bring us up. The comments are going to bring us up. So let's see what's in there. What do we got? When Dave's stage came alive, his cabbage doll has come alive from Vinny.
Oh, how'd you know, man?
Here we go. Michael has gone, Jeff, if you shop with Coles, that's what you get. It could be worse. You could be listening to Garth Brooks. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Down, prices are down. Brad Mark can get you a discount.
Yeah, well, there we go. Down.
I worked
prices.
for
Not
Woolies
Germany,
for 15 years. I don't shop with them fuckers either. So
And I worked for Big W for 16 years. I have nothing nice to say about them.
that's
I'm
exactly
sorry.
right.
As a shopper, Coles Click and Collect I've used, and they were appalling. Woolies are good.
Woolies are good.
Just
Click and collect,
saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hey,
They-
maybe I'll
they
give
have-
them a shot. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll
try
bury
Woolies,
the
man.
hatchet.
Try
I know they're doing the
Woolies.
member prices now, which is
Right.
bullshit. Just their click and collect is better.
Fuck all of them. Aldi have the best wine, and that's where the shit's at.
If I had the option of shopping Aldi, I absolutely would,
Mm.
but I don't. No
We
Aldi.
actually have one up here, which
No
is
Aussie and Aldi and Tassie, is there?
No, and Tassie would like embrace Aldi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they would.
Because they're really poor down here. So they would so shop at Aldi. I would shop at Aldi. I love Aldi.
There's got to be a reason why they don't go. I mean, what the fuck's the reason?
Look,
They just be pure marketing.
would love that. They would love it. I don't know why Aldi. They would make so much money.
They'll
Yeah,
come.
but
They'll
it's
come.
awesome. I
I have a friend I used to work with at Big W. She now works for Aldi, and their method of doing things, I think, is so cookie cutter, store to store, that having to transport freight down to Tasmania for one shop just wouldn't be in their wheelhouse. Just the way they operate.
They could have more than one shop. They could have so many. Like,
Well, I do know.
it's a smaller population, but there's enough population. Several
You
hours
have to
down.
have a distribution center down there, and I don't think for 2 or 3 stores, I don't think it'd be worth it.
No doubt they've researched. They would have researched.
They would have,
It's-
and they probably
it's-
thought it
it's
wasn't
what
valuable.
they have to pay. Aldi
Yeah.
pays an incredible amount of money to
Yeah.
the workers. Okay, a lot of
Yeah.
money, more than
More
anybody
motivation.
else.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I like
Yeah,
that.
they are good for work for. I've got a few friends that work for them.
Yeah.
Because could go on and on about that.
Even
But
up
their
here,
way of doing things
they've
is so
got
organized.
got an alley
Yeah.
up here that's been advertising for workers, and the hourly rate's better than a lot of other places around here. So
Yeah.
they
That's
pay more.
awesome.
Yeah.
But that
I like
may be
that.
part of the reasons why they don't go, because they can't afford to pay those wages. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
not viable for what they would get.
Speaking of shopping, though, Darren's gone. Did you get my tasty cheese, Jeff? Just don't
I
take that
might
out of
have. I got
context.
somebody's tasty cheese and ricotta cheese. And,
You had a good week, man.
squeezy
You had like a
yogurts.
grown-up baby, and then you got cheese. And...
yeah.
We're giving
Somebody's
Jeff all the
missing out.
cheese and Dave's taming toddlers. What could go
Yeah.
wrong?
I could read out pages from that book if we want to
No,
stay here all
don't.
night.
Tough says, I love the face guard while they touch all my food and money. So there we go. Tough says, the nature of monkey was irrepressible. Okay. Vinny says, can we get a transcript of the monkey story?
Dude, message me and I will tell you.
Yeah. Jolie's gone, lol, hi guys. Just got home. Glad to have you with us. Hope they're gonna
Hey,
come
Jolie!
at some point. Glad to have you here though. Vinny says, actually, Dave, some good horror content coming up. Saw The Nun 2 and New
Yes.
Exorcist will be released.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
There's a prequel to Pet Sematary coming as well, directed by Eli Roth.
Okay.
So that's going to be good.
Nice.
So good. Very
Halloween,
exciting.
fucking October's shaping up to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian says, I'm with you, Dave. People that wait forever at green light turns drive me nuts. Or
Yeah.
green-
Especially when you're
different-
driving into the city for a
different
Guns N'
shades of
Roses concert and you're like,
Yeah.
fucking go, cunt.
Incubus, A Certain Shade of Green was written about a story just like that.
Is that what that song's about?
Yeah, he was sitting at a set of traffic lights and someone said, what are you waiting for? A certain shade of green. And that's what inspired the song.
It's green. It means
Oh
go.
my God. Here I am thinking it was this big, deep, like lefty kind of.
No,
shit, and
it's
No,
he's taken that
no,
idea
green
and
means
made
go.
it
It's why
into-
blondes
it's a lyric
don't wear
of
red
getting the whole
lipstick because
world.
red means stop.
But
Oh
they said, "What
God.
are you waiting for? A
That's
certain
deep.
shade of green," and that's what
What are you
then
waiting
it turned into procrastination, and all the other things that the song's about. But that's where the genesis of it came from.
Oh shit, Andrew, you've just like completely like blown my mind. From the 90s, I've been listening to that since it came out.
I love that fucking song.
Shit, I know, it's like one of the best songs ever. All right, I'm going back.
Just learn something at 12:41 in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
That's what the time is. Holy
That's the
shit.
time. Yes, we've been here for a little while. Charlie says, "Glad you're having fun, Dave." There we go. Vinny
I'm
says,
always
"I agree.
having fun.
People who drink iced tea use wet ones to wipe their asses." So there we go. There we go.
Oh, really? I'm glad you're still here.
Oh, no, I
Sally
won't go
said
into
there
it.
was a noise too, Dave. So there we go. Michael said, "Book more Black Sabbath Geezer battle experience."
There's always noise in my world, man.
Well, yeah, there we go. Adrian says there's a ghost.
Yeah,
Michael
that was
says
the
not
ghost.
Black Sabbath taming toddlers, not the same. And Vinny said, "Oh, Dave, I finally found out the difference between the priest and the Woody from Toy Story. It's the Woody goes limp when a child walks into the room."
Oh, shit.
Oh wow!
I think that's the best comment of the year.
Wow, Vinny, that's
If
up
there
there,
was
man.
like a top 10 comments of the year,
Wow.
Oh
Oh, that'd be a
my
good one to do, wouldn't it? A top 10 comment of the year. That'd be hard.
Vinny, in response to that, man, I will say, what did the Pope say after sex? Amen.
Oh, Tough says there's a book idea, a heavy metal guide to taming your toddlers. When they play up, you put them in country music naughty chair. So there we go.
That's cool.
Rowan's gone. The librarian in Ghostbusters wasn't a ghost; it was a Class 3 vaporous full torso apparition.
Hey,
Pointing
do you
down
think it was
Aykroyd, they
that
were all
librarian chick that visited Raven's dream?
Oh, wow.
Rowan, that's up there too. I love it.
Yeah.
Are you Alice menstruating right now? What's that got to do with it?
Yes,
Back
it's
off,
true.
man.
This
I'm a
man has no
scientist.
penis.
What's the difference between a Catholic priest and acne?
Oh no.
Acne waits to puberty before it comes on a boy's face.
Oh well.
Sorry. Good reason. I think I just killed Bill.
Oh, you can kill Bell.
Oh shit.
Oh well.
Oh,
I
well.
love you guys.
Come for the music, stay for the silly jokes.
Oh,
Well, here we go.
are we telling jokes now?
No.
Is that where we're at?
No, we're gonna be here fucking all hours. Adrian said, "Okay, Bell, you're a good reviewer or something before. I'm not sure, but Nicole said, well said,
Yeah.
Andrew, but Adrian said,
Well,
wow,
thank
this
you.
is not real. Sometimes it does. Tom says, whoever that was that put you there, we, the viewers, have picked them up and RKO'd them back into the bin just for pissing you off. We're behind you and your show. Thank you very much, Tough.
Yeah.
Nicole says, Crazy Town is a real place. Yes, it definitely is. Joel
Right
says, well
here.
said, Andrew. Thank you. Darren says, unfortunately, we live in an entitled world. Well said, Andrew. I just had to get that. Yes, thank you all for the kind words. Sally says, thanks, guys. We are nearly here, getting out of here. But Rowan says, I'm not usually good at reading into subtext. What I'm going to guess is that that was about Andrew's vote for King Diamond. No, I'm not that petty. Don't worry.
Actually, I would like to know, sorry, on a serious note,
Yeah.
because I know that Rowan, when you guys reviewed Abigail like months and months ago, Rowan that was his first introduction to King Diamond as a vocalist, and I guess in general. I want to know if he listened to Conspiracy over the course of the last 2 weeks, and if he is sort of now used to King Diamond, because I mean King Diamond's music is a bit proggy. I know that Rowan's a massive prog fan, so I would like to know if he's listened to it and if he's getting used to King Diamond's vocals and if he liked the album. Rowan, please share.
Let us know in the comments. I'm going to scroll through some more, but hopefully we'll get an answer from Rowan shortly. Vinny says, I used to push trolleys for Safer back in the day. I did so much crop dusting for those ungrateful pricks.
Fair call, man.
There we go. Oh, fuck. Michael says, watch Independent Shop. Independent, this announcement may or may not have been sponsored by Aldi's alcohol section. So there we go. That's
I'm
the
a
line.
living advertisement for Aldi's alcohol section.
You are. You
Yeah.
are.
You are.
Rowan says, if Dave lived in Tassie, it'd be worth Aldi opening down there. But until then, so...
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
But here's
Keep
the
them in
thing.
business.
It's different though, because
I
up here where I am, Aldi don't do alcohol. So different state legislation.
fucking
Wow,
lightweight.
Do they
The
not?
same
Wow.
here. They're not allowed to sell alcohol in supermarkets
Yeah,
down
there's
here.
certain
It's
rules in certain
completely
places.
separate
So.
premises.
Aldi here can't sell it through self-serve. You have to go for an actual checkout.
Yeah, that makes sense, but there's no stock here. Like you go to the Aldi and there's no alcohol at all in the store. They're not allowed to
Things
sell
have
it up here.
changed since I've moved here. There wasn't even a self-serve at Aldi when I was still living on the mainland.
Well, that's new here. Self-serve is new here.
Right.
Yeah. Self-serve's relatively new everywhere. Well, not.
No.
10 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael's gone. Jolie and me are considering divorce over King Diamond and Crashdiet battles.
Oh,
Oh,
Ouch.
hey,
Hopefully that's sooner rather than later.
nah. Not
Jolie's
worth it.
gone, thanks, Jeff. Crashdiet won. Laugh my ass off. So there we go. Guys
Jeff's
laughing
wrong,
at Jeff.
Jolly.
I know. Tough says these jokes are the best. You made my night.
all right, more jokes. Okay,
No, hang
so
on.
these two nuns are driving.
Things. Let me get through these things. Nicole says, oh my God, I have to use all these jokes. Guy says, what do you do when a wife starts smoking? Slow down and add lube.
Definitely. Good idea.
Or get better at foreplay.
That's
Take
a
your
good
pick.
one. That's a good one. Yeah.
If it don't fit, you spit.
If you date a dominatrix, when you're tired, never suggest to hit the sack. Are you speaking from experience, Vinny? Anyway,
Love it.
Michael says,
Oh, man.
current panel awesome, and that includes Conrad. Just to be clear, loved all the panels
Yeah.
online and TV episodes and start. All of you rock. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
man.
Thank you, mate.
We really do. But Rowan's gone. Sorry, Belle. Didn't listen to Conspiracy with little smiley face there, so it didn't happen this time around.
Please.
Unfuck that, man.
Yeah, please listen to it and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Vinny says, I'm crying at amen.
Oh, man. Fuck, I gotta do this other one, okay? These two nuns are driving through town.
Wait a second.
Ah!
Guy says no booze equals instant boycott. Don't worry, that won't happen.
Right.
Jolie says thanks, Belle. So there we go. Michael says, Jeff, did you manage Woolies at Burwood? Because I think I remember fixing your ATM in my alternative work life as an armed guard.
Oh,
Yes. Yes,
Wow.
I did.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Well,
What the
So-
fuck?
it's almost 1 a.m, and I read ATM is ass to mouth, and I wrapped up that whole thing.
That's fucking wow. That's
Dave?
oh,
Wow.
God.
And you I want you to take a photo of Julia's face when she comes back and sees you after this stream.
Hey, I'm in less trouble than last week, that's for sure.
That's probably true.
I'm actually making it through to the end.
Yeah. Darren says that's a bit drastic, Michael. But Tough says I came for the medal, but stay for the jokes. Here we are. And on that note, Dave, go.
Oh, no, it's been built up too much. I quit. Fuck. Okay. These two nuns are driving through town. It's the middle of the night. You got Mother Superior in the passenger seat and the young apprentice nun in the driving seat. They get to the outskirts of town, and this vampire jumps out of a tree and lands on the bonnet of the car. And he's like fangs drooling and blood dripping. Mother Superior calmly says to the young apprentice nun, "Show him your cross." So she winds down the window and goes, "Fuck off!" It's not funny.
God.
Yeah, I told you I got wound up too much.
Okay.
I love
Dave,
it.
what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? That's not
He
good.
makes wax. Like it's about as good a delivery method. There we go.
Yeah, that
All right.
sucked. It could have been so
Yeah,
much better.
You had
That's
to
what
be
a way
there.
to fucking end.
This thing's
But it's
slow.
yeah. Hey, it's
There
got its
we
place.
go. Yeah, we've got a few comments here. Darren's gone, Dave's dad
Dave's
joke.
dad
Tough
joke.
one. Dad jokes are
That's a
strong
dad
with
joke.
Dave. Vinny says, I got it. Not bad, Dave's.
Yeah.
Thank you. I knew Vinny would.
When the audience are giving you a little pat on the shoulder saying, well done, good
Yeah,
effort. You know,
yeah. job. Yep.
There.
All right, I have a worse nuns joke. I'm not telling it. It's stupid.
Go on, Tad. You got to do it now. You brought it up, so you got to say it.
Oh shit! Why do I have such a big
Why
mouth?
did you bring it up then? Like,
I don't know.
Bring it up if you're not going to say it.
Stupid. I don't even remember how it goes properly. All right. So there are two nuns that are renovating their abbey and they need to paint. And so the old nun says to the young nun, we better take off our nun outfits so we don't get paint all over them. So they do. And then calm down, Dave. And then so they take off their clothes, they're completely naked and they're painting away and they hear a knock at the door and the old nun goes to answer the door and she says, who is it? And the guy says, blind man. And so the nuns converse and say, well, we should let him in because he's blind, he can't see that we're naked. So they let him in and the guy says, nice tits, where do you want me to install these blinds? I told you it was terrible.
No.
here we go.
I got it straight away.
Morning folks at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's what we've got now. Nicole, thanks for an awesome night as usual. Stay safe, all. Guy says, lost me at two nuns. Vinny says, the difference between a prostitute and a rooster is a rooster says cock-a-doodle-doo and a prostitute says any
cockle-doo.
Yeah.
Tuff says, what do you call a sleepwalking nun? A Roman Catholic.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Charlie says, Loverbell was funny. So there you go. You got some love for the joke there. There we
Thanks,
go.
Charlie.
And Darren's gone, farewell, amen, good night. Now, I think that should be about where we wrap this one up. We are back. We're back into it. We're back again, same time and place next week. Thank you all so much for your company. We've had an absolute blast, as always. Hopefully, you have to, like you said, came for the medal and stayed for the jokes. We'll see how we go with all that next week. We've got a lot to get through, as always. Make sure you keep following us and staying up to date with everything going on. But on behalf of us all, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you all again soon. Until then, though, I'm Andrew.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Belle.
I'm Dave.
As always, folks, you know what to do.
Drink up.
Rock on.
Yep.
Amen.
Well, you can speak there, Dave. On that note, we're rolling out.